Rich Rebel women's basketball is back on the hardwood for the 2021 season. Coming off a second-place finish last season, the girls know what it takes to reach the big stage. With the talent, experience, and some of that Rich County pride, they are ready to bring another championship back home. Get in on all the Rebel basketball this season alongside the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson, right here on My Local Radio. This Rebel broadcast could not be possible without these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On In Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. Rebel fans, find your comfy seat, pull your lucky socks up, and enjoy another edition of Rich Rebel Basketball right now as we bring you down to the court.
Good afternoon, Rebel fans, and welcome back to Rich County for tonight's matchup between the Rich Rebels boys and girls basketball teams against the visiting Cokeville Panthers. I'm Matthew Peterson, happy to have you alongside me for two fantastic games. The first one being the girls matchup, which will get going at about 5:30 as this JV game is closing in on the midway point of the fourth quarter with the Rebels handling the Panthers 42-18. But once you get the conclusion of that matchup done and some pregame warm-ups, it'll be the varsity crews dueling it out on the hardwood. So don't go anywhere, Rebel fans. We've got our pregame coverage now. That's right, folks. We've got the next half an hour to go over the matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers. We'll have our scene set, our standout student, and, of course, our Pam Corney with Town and Country Realty Coaches Show, along with the Town of Laketown Ledger. That and more coming up, so don't go anywhere. We're just getting started here on the Rebel Radio coverage of Rich and Cokeville basketball.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back to Rich High for tonight's matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers. It'll be the girls getting the first shot at it, with the boys tipping off at 7 p.m. So without further ado, let's turn our attention to our scene set to learn a little bit more about these two teams. So we'll start with the visiting Cokeville Panthers. They're coming to Rich County with a 4-2 overall record. They are coached by Bryant Teichert, and they have won their last 4 outings. However, if you look at some common opponents between Rich and the Panthers, one being Ryrie, where the Rebels lost by 10 back in that Bridger Valley tournament in December. The Panthers, different story. They lost by nearly 30, 73-44. And as for the stats, Cokeville's offense averages a hair under 55 points per game, and the defense allowing 57 points per game. Now let's turn our attention to the Rich Rebels. They come in with a 2-6 overall record. McKenna Stacy continuing her hot play. Her 14 points per game, though, is 4th best in all of 1A Utah. And as for the Rebels and their record, they're looking to snap this 4-game losing skid and get back into the winners column. And what a great matchup to be as it's the Cokeville Panthers coming in, who have not had a lot of success against Rich. We'll talk about that later on in our Laketown Ledger. But for now, that's our scene set. The JV matchup still underway between the Rebels and the Panthers, with Rich leading Cokeville 48-18 and 3.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Once this game wraps up, we'll have the varsity teams warm up, and then it's tip-off between Rich and Cokeville. So don't go anywhere. We got more coverage going on here in our pregame show between the Rebels and the Panthers on 98.3 FM K80Q and at mylocalradio.com.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome to our Standout student portion of the broadcast. I'm with Rich High senior Amanda Schultes. Amanda, thank you for the time today. Let's start by digging into your senior year. How about you tell me what you've been up to and what you've been keeping yourself busy with?
Well, I've been taking some college classes, and they're pretty good, and I have a few high school classes I've been doing, mostly electives, and I've been doing cheerleading.
Those all sound like great things. Now, have you been doing cheerleading all 4 years of Rich, or have you just started it?
No, this is my first year doing it.
Okay, now I know there's a couple other girls who are doing it for the first time as well, so what made you want to start cheerleading your final year at Rich?
I just always kind of wanted to do it. It sounded fun, and a lot of my friends are doing it too.
Awesome. That's really cool, Amanda. So let's also talk about what you do outside of Rich High. What are some of your hobbies when you're not within the great walls of Rich High School?
I like to help out on the ranch, riding horses and stuff, working outside. I love being outdoors, like riding dirt bikes or like snowmobiling and stuff like that.
Those all sound like great ways to spend some time in Rich County. Amanda, let's talk a little bit more about senior year and what you have planned for the last couple of months at Rich High, and if it's kind of set in that this is the last two trimesters/semester of your time at Rich High School.
So basically, I'll just finish up with my associate's degree, take a few more semester college classes, and then graduate.
Congratulations. That's such a great accomplishment to get your associate's degree. I know that's a kind of a common thing at Rich High, but I still find it extremely impressive to walk out of high school with an associate's degree. Have you thought about what you want to do after Rich High? Any interests you want to pursue?
So I've kind of been thinking about like either going into the animal science field and doing something with animals, like a vet tech or something, or going to beauty school.
Wow, okay, so two different kind of fields right there. Where did the passion and love come from for animal school and for beauty school?
So I just love animals, basically. Working on a ranch, I do a lot with cows and horses and dogs, all sorts of that stuff, and so I think it'd be fun to help them. With beauty school, it just sounds like fun to me.
Yeah, that's all you got to say. That sounds like a lot of fun to me, too. That's Rich High senior Amanda Schultes, our standout student.
Big thanks to Amanda for giving us some of her time earlier, and that is a phenomenal standout student right there. All right, folks, the JV matchup has a little over a minute to go. 52-21 Rebels, and after that, we'll have the varsity teams warm up and then take the court, so don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to go over here in our pregame coverage of the Rich High girls basketball game against the visiting Cokeville Panthers.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Randolph, Utah for tonight's matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers. Before we get to it, though, we've got to hear the game from the coaches because no one knows the game like the coaches do. So we are going to hear from the Rebels head coach, Cody Lundgren, after we hear from the Cokeville Panthers girls basketball head coach, Brian Teicher. So we've got that coming up for you, and our coaches show, as always, is brought to you by Pam Cornier with Town and Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Pam Corney at Town & Country Realty. Contact her at 435-779-0012. So we're going to hear from both coaches as the JV game has just wrapped up with the Rich Rebels winning 55-21 over Cokeville. And we'll have a brief warm-up period for both sides. And I think we're going to get this game started on time. It's 5:12 right now, and it's slated to begin at 5:30. I don't see why they would need more than 18 minutes to be warmed up, so we'll get going at about our regular scheduled programming time. So first, we'll step aside for a quick break, and when we return, it's Cokeville Panthers head coach Brian Teicher.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information, buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds, check the weather forecast, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Welcome into the Coaches Show. I'm with Cokeville Panthers girls basketball head coach Brian Teichert. Coach Teichert, great talking with you today. Let's begin this interview by talking about your side a little bit. How about you fill me in on what the Panther basketball team has been up to this season?
No, we just haven't played a whole lot of games with this COVID deal, but we got 4 in before Christmas, and we've got 2 since then. We're playing okay, not great, just okay. We've got a bunch of seniors, got 6 seniors on the team, although one of them is a girl that hasn't played the last couple of years. She's had to deal with cancer problems and has come back. And so I use her on JV so we can play 4 quarters of JV because of our numbers being that way. And so, but she just wants to play. When I asked her if she'd be willing to play on the JV, she says, I just want to play, Coach, whatever. However, I can help the team. Just a great attitude. And she's got a clean bill of health right now and doing good. And she comes and works hard in practice every day. Whitney Murdoch is her name, and just a pleasure to have in practice. But the other 5 seniors have all had some playing time and through the years. And so we are an older team. We got those 6 seniors, and then we've got 4 juniors, so 10 upperclassmen. So that's kind of our team.
Coach, going back to senior Whitney Murdoch, that's such an inspirational story and very uplifting. What has it meant to the team and everyone else in the program to see all the hurdles she's overcome to get back on the court?
Well, the rest of the team have been huge supporters of her throughout this whole ordeal, and so it means a lot to them all. And they are good friends with her, and they just are glad that she's able to come back and participate. They have a great respect for her, and they love to see her back out there battling and being able to go 100% physically. And it's a good motivator for them to all appreciate their good health and be grateful they can just play these games.
Absolutely, and I'm so happy to hear that she's able to get back on the court. So switching gears, going to the other seniors here, you've got a special player in Emmy Barnes. When it comes to scoring specifically, has this been a progression over the last 4 years, or since day one at Cokeville, has she been a special player on the court for you?
She's played a lot for us right from her freshman year, and she's a very powerful, quick, strong player. And she just keeps on getting better and better, and she's very coachable, fun to work with, a great kid, and so she's got the talent, and she's working to get it where she wants to be. So,
Coach Teicher, tell me a little bit about what you know about Rich Rebel basketball this year, and what do you expect to see out of the Rebels tonight?
Well, they're very good. They're good year after year after year. I know they've got a girl, I don't know her first name, Stacy, that's a point guard, and she's just been a great player for them for 4 years. This is her senior year, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and she's very good, and she's got a lot of role players around her. I haven't really had a chance to watch them. I've just heard about them, but I've heard that all the other girls are just they fill their roles and they do a very good job. There aren't any weak links. And they're just a very good basketball team.
With Cokeville Panthers girls basketball head coach Brian Teichert. Coach, one final question for you today. What's it going to take for the Panthers to come into Rich and knock off the Rebels tonight?
We're going to have to play extremely well. We've got to play a lot better than we've been playing. We went over to the Bridger Valley tournament. We got beat by Ryrie, Idaho by 30. And Rich didn't lose to him by very much, if I recall correctly. And it'll take a real good game for us and not a real good game for Rich for us to pick up a win tonight. We're coming to get after it. So,
Coach, I'm very excited for the matchup tonight, and thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, you bet.
That is Cokeville Panthers girls basketball head coach Brian Teichert on our Coaches Show.
All right, folks, we've got a little over 12 minutes to go until the varsity matchup for the girls, Rebels, and the Panthers get going here in Randolph. We'll take another quick break on our Pam Corney with Town & Country Realty Coaches Show, and when we return, it'll be the Rebels basketball head coach, Cody Lundgren.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
I'm now with Rich High girls basketball head coach Cody Lundgren. Coach Lundgren, let's start by talking about the last couple of weeks. You guys are in the midst of a 4-game losing streak. What needs to turn around first in order to get back in the win column?
We got to make more baskets than the other team. I think we're playing really well right now and just not scoring as many as we need to.
Do you feel that your team is taking the right shots and just on a bit of a cold streak, or do you want them to get different looks?
No, I like what we're doing right now.
All right, Coach, let's talk a little bit about this upcoming weekend. You guys start things off with the matchup against Cokeville, not very far away, but across state borders. What do you know about the Panthers?
They're fundamentally very sound. They run the break very fast, and they play good basketball.
Looking ahead, too, you guys have some region games coming up when it comes to Tabiona and Intermountain Christian School. Is the pace and the speed of a region game different than a non-region game?
No.
Is it just the same regular rich basketball?
Yeah, it depends on the athletes you're going against, what our game plan will be, you know.
And talking about the game plan, what do you expect to see out of ICS and Tabiona?
Tabiona, Coach Jake Fabrizio, he studies very well. He knows what he's going up against, and he'll have a scheme to try to take away some of our better athletes, and we'll just play to that and play our basketball. So.
I'm with Rebels girls basketball head coach Cody Lundgren. Coach Lundgren, one final question for you today. In the locker room, is there a sense of frustration growing amongst the team, or does everyone still believe they are playing the best basketball and it's just not going their way at the moment?
We're playing great basketball right now, and everybody's doing great.
That is Rebels girls basketball head coach Cody Lundgren.
Big thanks to Coach Cody Lundgren, along with the Panthers head coach Brian Teichert, for giving me some time. And that's going to wrap up our Coaches Show, presented to you by Pam Cornea with Town and Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Pam Cornea, Town and Country Realty. You can call her at 435-779-0012. All right, folks, we got about 7.5 minutes to go until we get things started here in Randolph between the Rebels and the Panthers. So here's what the agenda looks like. We're going to step aside for another quick break. Then we got our Town of Lake Town ledger, along with our keys of the game, our Old Chicago Pizza and Logan pregame slice, and then the Lutz Construction starting lineups all before tip-off. So keep it right here on Rebel Radio. We're getting closer to tip-off between Rich and Cokeville.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Welcome back to Rich County for tonight's matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers. The girls taking the hardwood, and now it's time for the Lake Town Ledger. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Lake Town. Mayor Burdette Weston, council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Delora White, and Eldon Robinson. So let us open up the history textbooks and learn a little bit about the Rebels and Panthers past. The Rebels lead the series 10-2 However, the Panthers won the last matchup 55-49, but you got to go back a little bit, not too far, but 2018-2019, so 2 years ago. So a lot of new faces. We're talking about only the freshmen and sophomores from that season still being around here for that last matchup. Before then, Rich won 10 straight, so it is not an even rivalry here. The two schools not far apart at all. They're separated by only a little over 30 miles, but the Cowboy State and the Beehive State duking it out tonight on the hardwood, and that's our Lake Town Ledger. Let's get into our keys of the game now. So, first key for the Rebels, back to basics. You're in a 4-game losing streak. Easy way to get out of those is try to simplify things. Don't try and make life too difficult for yourselves on offense or defense. Go back to the basics, especially when you know you are a team that should be or can be winning some of these losses. Get back to basics. Don't try and overextend what you're able to do. Second key of the game is work inside. The Rebels have relied a lot on perimeter shooting over the last couple games, and live by the three, you die by the three. And right now it's not really working super well for Rich. So go inside. Hit up J.C. Cornea, Taylor Cornea. Try to penetrate inside with Sage Tingy and company. So work inside. And then our third key, the bench mob. They need some more production out of the bench right now to try and pick up some wins here and snap this losing streak. The Rebels are very reliant on the points from McKenna Stacy and her 14 points per game, but what better way to get out of a funk than have someone off the bench, a 6-man, come in there and just light it up. So that is our third and final key of the game. All right, let's check out our Old Chicago Pizza and Taproom pregame slice. Pizzas and more built from scratch, one delicious ingredient at a time. 795 East, 1400 North in Logan. So we're here in Randolph, Utah, and I would say the crowd, I'll tell you what, pulling into the parking lot, I had not seen it this crowded since the first football game. It was packed. You had to fight for a spot. As for what the players are out there wearing, the uniforms, the Rebels are in their home whites with the blue Rebels across the chest and numbers on the front and back. As for the visiting Panthers, they're warming up in their black and orange Halloween-esque outfit right now with black bottoms, black tops, and orange numbers. So that's our Old Chicago Pizza in Logan pregame slice. And I should also mention the crowd here, healthy crowd. We've got a little under 3 minutes to go until tip-off, but checking out the crowd so far, and we've got a good-sized crowd for this matchup, and no surprise there. All right, folks, up next, it's our Lutz Construction starting lineups. Lutz Construction of Excavation and Landscaping. We dig Bear Lake. Give them a call at 435-946-8678, bearlake.com/LUTZ. So, as for the Rebels, they're going to send out their usual 5 starters. Senior McKenna Stacy averaging over 14 points per game and nearly 7 rebounds to go with it. Those are both team highs. Up next, fellow senior Sage Tingy is in the starting lineup. She's averaging a little over 6 points per game and picking up 5 boards. Then it's the only junior in the starting lineup, guard Taylor McKee. Her 7.3 points per game are the second best on the team. Second most 3-pointers to go along with it, and she averages 1.9 rebounds. Pair of seniors to round out the starting lineup, Taylor Cornea, 2.3 rebounds per game, a little under 2.3 points per game, and a little under 1 rebound as well. And then senior J.C. Cornea works down low at that number 5 spot, 5.5, nearly 6 points per game, and 0.6 rebounds as well. As for the Cokeville Panthers, let's see who they're starting tonight. They've got a couple juniors and seniors in the mix. Number 11, Kylie Dayton, 7 points per game, 2.8 rebounds. Then it is number 13, senior Tana Tyker, 5.8 points per game and 6.5 boards. Then we get our second junior, and the leading scorer for this team, it's Emmy Barnes. She's averaging 18.5 points per game, 6.7 rebounds. That'll be a great duel between senior Stacy and junior Barnes. 2 more seniors to round out the lineup for Cokeville. Riley Tyker, 11 points per game, just over 3.5 rebounds. And then it is senior Harley Harmon, 5.2 points per game and 4 rebounds, and she wears the number 40 jersey. Folks, we're about to start the national anthem. We'll step aside for that. And when we return, it is the Rebels and Panthers.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Great display of our national anthem, and we are just about ready for tip-off here in Rich County between the Rebels and the visiting Cokeville Panthers. Principal Larson will read out the starters for the Panthers. Harley Harmon, like we mentioned during our Let's Construction starting lineup, is one of the 5 starters. She wears the number 40 jersey. Up next, it is Riley Tyker. Then Emmy Barnes and her 18.5 points per game. Here's Tana Tyker. And the final starter was Kylie Dayton. That's the 5 starters for the Panthers. All right, now for the Rich Rebels. Senior McKenna Stacy, 14.5 points per game. Then forward senior Sage Tingy. Forward Taylor Cornea. Forward senior J.C. Cornea. And junior guard Taylor McKee. That's the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Let's Construction, and you know what? It's pretty much time for tip-off here between the Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers. Girls basketball getting underway. Rich comes in with a 2-6 overall record. The Panthers 4-2. A great matchup awaits us indeed. And it will be Sage Chingy to do the opening tip for the Rebels, and she is opposed by Riley Tyker, a senior as well. Officials giving us the green light now, and we are about to open up our T7 propane first quarter. And we're off and running. Tip is one back to Stacy. McKenna Stacy crosses half court for the Rebels. Now picks up her dribble, makes her way through the paint, loses it going up, and it's taken away by a Panther. Coming up with this Harley Harmon. Harmon looks to get rid of it, and now she does to Dayton. Dayton throws it down court, and it's the Panthers moving it inside. Shot no good. Second chance is fouled, and it will be Riley Teichert for the Panthers making a trip to the free throw line. And with 7:38 to go in the T7 Propane first quarter, we have our first free throw of the game. It's going to be number 20, Riley Teichert. First free throw up and good. 1-0 Panthers on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll update that for all of you watching back at mylocalradio.com. Second free throw up and does not fall. Rimmed around a little bit, but offensive rebound, and then what a great steal by Taylor Cornea. Here's Cornea picking up her pace, crossing half court, picked up her dribble, now shoots it across to Stacy at the top of the arc. Stacy dribbles for a moment and now passes it over to Taylor McKee on the near side. McKee picks up a screen from Cornea, drives in, looks to pick it up, kick it out to JC Cornea. Eventually it falls to her, but she passes to Taylor Cornea. Now McKee for three. That's off the target, gets out of play, and it's Cokeville basketball. 1-0 Panthers with 7:09 to go in the opening quarter from Rich County. Inbound pass for Cokeville goes to Kylie Dayton. Dayton dribbles through a couple defenders, has a man open on the block, shot no good. Emmy Barnes tries to get her own rebound, and she does. Second chance is. And it's 3-0 Cokeville. Rebels move it across half court on offense. It gets up to Taylor McKee on the near side. McKee dribbling out of some trouble, picked up her dribble, kicks it out to Taylor Cornea. She's got Stacy open down low, but she lost her footing and trying to pass to Cornea, but it was tipped out of play, so it's going to be Rebel basketball. Rich will inbound it beneath the Cokeville basket with 6:38 to go in the first quarter. Panthers lead 3-0. Inbound pass goes, and now it's a three from Stacy. That's offline. Rebounded by Cokeville. Panthers crossing half court with it. Pass initially goes to Riley Teichert, and a shot is blocked inside. Rich comes up with it. Stacy dribbling across half court. Passing it to McKee on the near side. She passed it to Cornea at top of the arc, and now Stacy thought about shooting a three. Dribbles in off the glass and good. 3-2, and the Rebels are on the Station on Main scoreboard thanks to a McKenna Stacy two-point shot. Meanwhile, on the other end of the court, it's Cokeville with it, and ball was tipped out of play, and it's going to be Panther basketball with an inbound play beneath the Rebel basket with 6 minutes to go in the T7 Propane first quarter. Inbound pass goes to Dayton. She dribbles towards the top of the arc. Picked up her dribble, and now she'll pass it over to Riley Teichert. Her pass inside is taken away by Taylor Cornea. Cornea passing it up to Stacy at the elbow. Stacy bounce pass inside to Tingy. It was poked and out of play, and it's going to stay with Rich. So we'll have a Crawford Trough inbound play for the Rebels beneath the Cokeville basket. Stacy has a wide open man, and JC Cornea at the block puts it in. Off the glass and good, and the Rebels have their first lead. It's 4-3 Rich with 5.5 to go in the first quarter. And Taylor Cornea has forced 3 steals now. Pass it off to Stacy. Stacy gives it right back to Taylor, who knocks it in. Defense turning into offense. It's a 6-3 lead for the Rebels now. A miss on the other end for Cokeville, and the Rebels come away with it. They pass it up to a wide open Taylor McKee off the glass and one. What great vision to find Taylor McKee open and cutting at the block, and beneath the basket able to beat time and get it in. Taylor McKee, the junior, on the scoreboard now. It's an 8-3 start for Rich, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered to snap a losing streak like this, a strong start. Free throw up and good for the Rebels. 9-3 Rich. They're on a 9-0 run with 5 minutes to go in the T7 Propane first quarter. Cokeville has at the top of the arc. Dayton passing it off, moving it around to Barnes. They kick it up to the elbow. Good look off the rim, rebounded by McKee. Rebels dribbling up the court. They get towards the top of the arc, and McKee still with it. Now picks up a screen, still dribbling, and her pass to Stacy is miraculously saved, but it goes to the hands of Tana Tyker for Cokeville. Tyker dribbling in, and is that Taylor Corney with another steal? It looks like it. Wow, talk about hustle in the first quarter. Taylor Cornea has gotten her hand in and forced 4 disruptions on the Panther offense. Great defense by the senior Taylor Cornea, and a timeout is called by Cokeville. We'll step aside and take a quick break. With 4.5 to go in the T7 Propane first quarter, it's Rich leading 9-3 over the Panthers.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
A quick inbound pass for Cokeville draws a foul, and it is junior Emmy Barnes, the team's leading scorer, pretty much leads in everything for this Cokeville team, taking a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. First free throw up and good, which moves our station on main scoreboard to 9-4 Rebels. 4:28 to go in the first quarter. And it's Cokeville making a substitution. They take out Riley Tykert and bring in Jordan Nate. Second free throw up and good for Barnes. 4-point game. It's 9-5 Rebels. They move it quickly across half court. Sage Tingey now has the top of the block. She passes to McKee on the near wing, who throws it across court towards McKee. McKee bounce pass to Stacy for 3. Bingo! 12-5 Rebels after a McKenna Stacy 3. T7 Propane 3-point shot for McKenna Stacy. And Cokeville responds with a quick basket of their own. Back to a 5-point game now. It's 12-7 Rebels. McKee gets the pass from Stacy on the near wing, and she gives it right back to Stacy towards that center arc. Stacy dribbles towards left, now puts up a 3. In and out, rebound, Tingey. Tingey comes up with it, passes off to J.C. Cornea, who throws it up top to Taylor McKee. McKee moves it over to Cornea, back to McKee on the near wing. She dribbles inside the perimeter, kicks it out to Stacy in the corner, who goes towards the elbow. Now she'll pass to Taylor Cornea on the far elbow, passes it off to J.C. Cornea in the corner for a missed shot. That's rebounded by Barnes for Panthers. Dayton passes up court, and it is poked out of play by who else but Taylor Cornea. Taylor Cornea putting herself in contention for an early front runner for our Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game with all of these pass breakups. She looks like a defensive back out there. Elbow shot for the Panthers off the back rim, no good. Rebound though for Cokeville, and there's Sage Tingey picking up a block, but second chance falls for Tana Tykert. 12-9 Rich on the station on main scoreboard with a little under 3 minutes to go in the T7 Propane first quarter. McKenna Stacy tried to thread the needle to Cornea at the block, but the pass was knocked out of play. Darlene Peterson and Mackenzie Smith now check in for Sage Tingey and J.C. Cornea. And let's see what these two players off the bench can do for the Rebels. Stacy to inbound it. Looking for a friendly face, has her pass taken away. Here comes Cokeville, going the other direction. They pass it up to Nate, who looks towards the block and's got her open man. It's Tana Tykert knocking it in, making it a 1-point game. 12-11 on the station on main scoreboard. Rebels narrowly leading. Stacy works along the baseline. She passes to McKee at the top of the arc and gives it right back to Stacy. Stacy dribbling towards the top of the key, now goes to McKee in the wing. Bounce pass across to Cornea. She moves it to Stacy in the corner. Stacy dribbling and now passing to Smith at the free throw line. Her shot's no good. Loose ball rebound. Peterson, second chance, is blocked out of play. and it'll stay with Rich. So we'll have a Crawford Trough inbound play for the Rebels beneath the Cokeville basket with 2:09 to go in the first. Rebels lead 12-11. Smith to inbound it, looking for a Rebel face. She finds Peterson off the glass, rolls in and out, but an offensive board by Stacy. Jump ball is called. So we get our first Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball of the game. It'll stay with Rich. Stacy inbounds it now to Smith in the corner. She passes it up top to McKee. Then back over to Stacy on the far wing. Now dribbling it in, kicking out for a McKee three. No good. Rebound. Who's got it? It's Cokeville. Panthers come away with it. They move it across half court. Picking up some space, but taken away by Stacy. I can't wait to hear how many Rich County government steals we've had so far for the Rebels. I got to think we're at least at 4 or 5 now. A number of turnovers for Cokeville early in this first quarter. Stacy takes an inbound pass from Peterson and gingerly dribbles across half court with a little over a minute and a half to go in the T7 Propane first quarter. Rebels up by 1. Smith at the elbow, picks up her dribble, hands it off to Peterson at the top of the arc, and she gives it over to Stacy. Feeding it inside now to Corney, who mishandled it at first and now dribbles her way to safety and passes to McKee. Back out to Corney in the corner, picked up her dribble, pass to Smith, who dribbles in, floater off the glass and good. There's that bench presence the Rebels needed. It's 14-11 Rich. Little over a minute to go in the first quarter. Panthers dribbling in, taken away by who else but Taylor Cornea. However, she turns it over, had it poked away from behind her, picked up a loose ball, and a jump ball is called. Good hustle by Cornea after the turnover. And it's going to be Cokeville basketball with a hair under a minute to go in the first quarter. Rebels lead at 14-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Panthers to inbound it on their end of the court. Inbound pass goes to Kylie Dayton. Dayton dribbles across half court for the Panthers. She passes it off to Harley Harmon. Harmon gives it back to Dayton on the far wing. Dayton in some traffic, kicks it out to the corner, and they move it up top to Barnes for three, off the rim and falls. We're tied, 14-all after a Barnes three-point shot. And the Rebels trying to get the last shot with 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. Stacy has it now for Rich. Look inside to Peterson. Tall, pass is too tall, out of play, and it's Cokeville basketball. 27 ticks to go. And now it may be Cokeville holding on for the last shot and an opportunity to erase at one point a 6-point deficit and maybe go into the second quarter leading. Cokeville, good pass and good finish beneath the basket by Harmon. 16-14 Panthers, 13 seconds and counting. Rebels pass it inside to Ambria Lutz. She passes out to Smith. 6 seconds off the glass and good. Mackenzie Smith ties it up. 2 seconds. And Cokeville is yet to inbound it, and they will not before the buzzer. So the Rebels and the Panthers are no closer to their finish than we were at our start. It's 16-all after one quarter of basketball here in Rich County as we move into the second quarter with the score even at 16-all.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out. so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Second quarter of action now underway. The Rebels turned it over on their first possession, and now here comes Cokeville on offense. We're all even at 16 with 7.5 to go in the first half. Panthers move it inside, and that's where they lose it. Pass gets across half court. Was it tipped? No. Over and back, and it's going to be Rebel basketball. So the two sides exchange turnovers to start this second quarter. Brought to you by Stacy's Repair. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Inbound pass by Ambria Lutz. Now goes to Stacy. She passes to Peterson, who greets at the top of the arc. Her entry pass is denied, and whistle blows as the Rebels foul on the loose ball. Pass appears to be on Peterson. Indeed, it is. Her first foul, team's third. Here come the Panthers. They dribbled across half court. Dayton kicks it out, and good ball movement by Cokeville. Shot's no good, though. Off the glass, rebounded by Mackenzie Smith, who's got 4 points already off the bench. Stacy picking up her dribble, then slowing it down as she dribbles at the top of the arc. Moves inside the perimeter, kicks it out to the corner to Taylor McKee. McKee on the wing, trying to find some room, unable to. Now passes to Lutz. Lutz gets inside the paint, passes to Stacy at the top of the arc, who dribbles in. Her shot off the glass is no good. Rebounded by Cokeville. Harmon comes up with it. She moves it up the court to Barnes. Passing it along the perimeter, inside. Tana Tyker got the pass and was fouled on her way towards the basket. So we'll have two free throws coming up. And a handful of early trips for Cokeville to the free throw line. The Rebels have yet to shoot a free throw. Which got one free throw? One free throw. There was an and one, exactly. First free throw, no good. Darlene Peterson just checked out for junior Brittany Lamborn. Second free throw on the way, and that is, and the Panthers retake the lead for the first time since it was 3-2. First point of the second quarter at 17-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard in favor of the team in black. Rebels have it now with Stacy on the far wing. She picked up her dribble and passes to Lutz. Lutz standing near half court. Passing it off to Stacy once again on the far wing. She dribbles in. Jump shot is denied, blocked, and the Panthers come away with it. They push it up the court, and unable, and not ready for that one was Riley Tykert, but she passes off to Tana Tykert. Her shot's off the mark and rebounded by Smith. Stacy passes off to McKee, who chucks it across to Smith. Here's Stacy with it. She passes inside. What a great pass to Smith. Shot no good. Whistle blows, and it's going to be a foul on Mackenzie Smith. But what a great look by McKenna Stacy. I mean, couldn't have been a better pass. First foul for Smith. That's the team's fifth foul in the first half. With 5:42 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter, it's the visiting Panthers leading 17-16. Inbound pass goes to Dayton. She's guarded immediately by Stacy. Barnes takes the pass and now dribbles her way in and off the glass and good from the block. 19-16. It's a 3-point lead now for Cokeville. Stacy crossing half court with a little under 5.5 to go in the first half. Passing off to Lamborn. She goes to McKee in the corner, dribbles along the baseline, kicks it out to Lamborn, passes to Lutz for three. Off the rim, rebounded by Stacy at the elbow. Stacy picked up her dribble, wants to get rid of it. Now goes to Lutz, who goes to McKee. She loads up for three. That's no good. Rebound by Smith. Falls into her lap. Her shot is off the mark too. Another chance, and that one falls. So on the fourth shot, McKenna Stacy puts it away for her side. It's 19-18. Panthers on the other end. Ball gets out of play in the far corner. And it was last touched by Taylor McKee, so it's going to be Panther basketball with 4:47 to go in the second quarter. Rebels trailing by 1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Smith comes up with a loose ball at the block and passing it off to Stacy. Stacy chucks it across to Lutz, who gives it back to Smith. Over to Stacy on the near wing. Stacy thought about shooting a three, has the ball poked away, but she comes up with it. The senior dribbles in, passes it off to Lutz. Back to McKenna. Yet to dribble, looking for somewhere to go with it. Now she takes one dribble and passes it over to Lamborn and gives it right back to her on the near wing. Stacy moves her in, kicks it out to Lamborn, who runs into a wall. Ball gets out of play. And no foul, but it will be Rebel basketball to inbound it. Nope, here's the foul. Looked like a lot of contact. Third team foul for the Panthers. First foul for Emmy Barnes, that leading scorer for Cokeville. So, and with that foul, Barnes will actually check out. Inbound pass from Stacy was knocked out of play, intended for Smith. 4:08 to go in the first half. Rebels down 1. Stacy to inbound it. Her pass goes nowhere. Her and Tingy not on the same page. It dashes across the baseline from one end to another, and it's Panther basketball. 4:08 remaining in the first half. Panthers moving along the perimeter. Have a pass tipped and nearly taken away by Lutz as she is harassing Dayton. Nate looks in the corner. Pass goes up top to Tykert. Tykert, her shot is blocked by Lamborn and Tingy, but somehow the Panthers come away with it. Dayton has it at the top of the arc. She passes to Nate, who looks at Tykert in the corner. Cross-court pass to Riley Tykert, and back to where it came from Harmon. That pass slips through her hands, out of play. Rich basketball beneath their own basket. So the Rebels will inbound it with 3:36 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Panthers leading 19-18 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Tana Tykert checks back in for Cokeville for Kylie Dayton. Smith inbounds it to Stacy. She brings herself across half court, picks up her dribble, bounce pass to Tingy at the elbow, gives it over to Cornea, who handed it off to Lutz, who flipped it over to Stacy. Back to Lutz. Lutz dribbles towards her left, picks up her dribble, and a chest pass to Stacy. Well, now it gets to Stacy by way of Tingy. Tingy has it at the elbow, kicks it out to Cornea, looks up top to Smith, floater in the paint, off the back rim, offensive board, Stacy off the glass, and no good. Rebound, Tykert. Here comes the Panthers. Have a pass nearly stolen away. They move it up top to Tykert, and they pass it off to Nate. Jordan Nate passing back to Tykert, and it is the Panthers moving the ball along the perimeter. Nate has her pass intercepted by Smith. Stacy picks up her pace, dribbles along the court. Shot no good. Last touch by McKenna. So with 2.5 to go in the first half, it's going to be Cokeville basketball on their half of the court. Panthers to inbound it with 2:32. Inbound pass is greeted by Tana Tykert. Dribbling across half court now and passing it over to Toomer. Kellyanne Toomer has it on the far corner. Good bounce pass inside, but it's taken away by Stacy. She feeds it up to Smith. Smith wants to get rid of it, passes to McKee on the near wing. McKee passes to Stacy on the far wing. McKenna dribbles backwards and now brings herself towards the three-point line. Picks up a screen, runs into some contact, hits the deck, and whistle blows, and it's going to be a defensive foul on Kellyanne Toomer, a junior. First foul for Toomer, fourth team foul for the Panthers. Rebels still down 1. Stacy inbounding it in front of us here. Good pass to Tingy. No, it's taken away. And a foul is called on Sage Tingy, wrestling for that ball. And that is the second foul for Sage Tingy, something she'll have to watch in the next 2 minutes. You never want to pick up 3 fouls in the first half of basketball. That's kind of the rule of thumb. Panthers have at the top of the arc. Their pass is taken away. Some sloppy passing both ways right now. Low scoring affair in the second quarter. It was 16 all We've had a total of 5 points scored between these two sides with 90 seconds now and counting in the first half. Stacy at the top of the arc. Dribbles in, picks up her dribble. Shot is off the mark. Rebound, kicks out wide, and it's picked up by Smith. Smith gives it back to McKenna at the center arc. Her pass is going towards Taylor McKee, who gives it back over to Smith, and now it's on the other end with Stacy. A body hit the floor, and that created some room for J.C. Cornea, who's fouled on her way to the hoop, and 2 Bear Lake Realty free throws coming up for the senior Cornea. J.C. Cornea, back in that first quarter, had 2 points. This Rebel team looking for their 3rd total point in the second quarter. And they get it right there, and we are even at 19. The senior knocks down the first free throw to level the score, and now has a chance to put her side ahead with 1:09 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Second free throw from JC on the way, off the back rim, no good. Rebound goes to Harmon, Demi Harmon that is. Barnes passing up top, and Panthers move it inside to Harmon, who had the ball poked out of her hands. It goes to Tykert on the far side. Jump ball is called. So we get a Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball with 57 seconds to go. Ambria Lutz checking in for Sage Tingey, who has 2 fouls. So this may be a precautionary measure. 19 all on the Station on Main scoreboard. Low scoring affair in this first half. Panthers content with killing some time. They go up top to Dayton. Now it's Demi Harmon at the free throw line, kicking it back to Dayton and over to Tykert on the far side. Panthers move it along the perimeter. They go to Barnes on the elbow. Quick jump shots off target. Rebound. Here come the Rebels. Taylor Cornea with 33 seconds stands on the far corner, passing it up top to JC. Now Stacy with it on the near wing. Takes a couple dribbles, picks up a screen, loses it. Who's got it? It goes to McKee with 22 seconds to go. McKee on the near wing, dribbles towards the top of the arc. 15 seconds, has a ball poked away and turned over. Here's Dayton dribbling up the court. And with 11.8 seconds to go in the first half, a foul is drew by Dayton. Ambria Lutz, the guilty party. That's her first, team 7th. And it's a shooting foul. So we will have 2 free throws and an opportunity for Cokeville to go into the half with the lead. First free throw off the target, though. Junior Kylie Dayton at the free throw line now. Handful of points so far today. And she puts her side ahead with 11 seconds to go. 2019 Panthers. Stacy dribbles across half court. 5 seconds. McKee for 3. Off the target. Gets her own miss. 2 seconds, and she's fouled. It's only the team's 5th team foul, or 6th team foul, I should say. So with 1.5 seconds, the Rebels will inbound it beneath the Cokeville basket, trying to get a quick catch and release off. Stacy inbounds to Cornea. She passed it. Didn't have time to make 2 passes. So we'll do it for the first half of action. With 16 minutes in the books, it's the Panthers holding on to the narrowest of leads, 20-19 on the Station on Main scoreboard. I invite you to stick around for our halftime coverage. We'll have our Town of Randolph first half highlights and some stats to go along with it before we move into the third quarter. After 1 half of play, Panthers leading the Rebels on the road 20-19.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Welcome back to Rich High for our halftime coverage of the Rebels and Panthers matchup so far. The girls are separated by 1 point. It's the visiting Cokeville team who leads 20-19. We've got about 7 minutes to go in halftime coverage, so that gives us more than enough time to go through some of our first half highlights. Always brought to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, board members, and town clerk. So, go back to the first half of action. Talk about highlights. The first quarter was a plentiful amount. Second quarter, a little different story. Slow play from both sides, but that first quarter, wow. Taylor Cornea having she's in that starting lineup for a large part because of her defensive play. Nearly 2.5 points on offense. That's not why she's up there on the court. It's defense, and she shows why. She had generated one too many turnovers for the Cokeville Panthers' liking. Just getting her hands in tough spots, digging out loose balls, forcing jump balls. So Taylor Cornea with a handful of great first half highlights. Other first half highlights include Mackenzie Smith coming off the bench with 4 points and just doing a great job. One of them was a floater inside the paint. The next one, just taking a good pass, tight quarters, getting it up off the glass, and good. Other first half highlights included a Taylor McKee 3-point play, and McKenna Stacy at the end of the first half wrapped it up with 7 points. That's a team high for the Rebels. We've got a little over 5.5 to go in our halftime coverage until the Epic Recreation third quarter resumes. We'll step aside for another quick break, and when we return, we'll have some stats for the first half. So don't go anywhere. We've got 2 more quarters of basketball to go here in Randolph between Rich and Cokeville.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
It's halftime here between the Rebels and the Panthers. 20-19 lead for the visiting Cokeville squad, and let's get into some more first half highlights. So, we'll have some stats now. I'll go through some of the leading point getters for the Rebels. McKenna Stacy leads the Rich Rebels scoring department with 7 points. 4 points off the bench for Mackenzie Smith is good enough for second. And then J.C. Cornea and Taylor McKee each chiming in with 3. And Taylor Cornea, she's created a number of turnovers, but she's got 2 points offensively. And as for the team stats, the Rebels shot 32% from the field, 1 for 8 from three-point range, and only 3 trips to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, going 2 for 3. And as for the Cokeville Panthers, they shot 39% from the field, so 7 points better than the Rebels. They only shot 2 3-point shots, and that's something that we knew about Cokeville going into this game. They're not a 3-point shooting team. They like to work inside. 6 for 16 from 2-point range, and they made 8 trips to the free throw line, going 5 for 8. On the glass, Rich is slightly out-rebounding Cokeville, 18-16, 11 offensive rebounds for Rich to Cokeville's 6. Mackenzie Smith has 5 and Stacy has 4. As for turnovers, kind of a sloppy first half, especially that second quarter. Rich has 9 turnovers and Cokeville has 11. We've got a little under 3 minutes to go until the third quarter of action gets underway, but we'll step aside for another quick commercial break, and then after that, it's 16 more minutes to figure out who's going to be the winner between the Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Started with the second half of action. Let's turn our attention to our Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Let's highlight some of the Rebel fans who have made the trip out here to Randolph. As the inbound pass goes, that's Bear Lake Realty fan cam, thanks to Gary and Amber McKee. And we'll get back to the action now with the Rebels working on offense here in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Sage Tingy trying to get it back outside to McKee, but it was kicked out of play, so it's going to stay with Rich. We're in the third quarter with 7:47 to go. Rebels trailing 20-19 on the Station on main scoreboard. McKenna driving in at the elbow, passing it out to McKee at the top of the arc. Whistle blows and an illegal screen. Foul is assessed to Stacy. Luckily, that's only her first foul. Team's first as well for the second half. Cokeville, good ball movement around and find a cutting player. That's Tana Tykert putting it in to start the scoring in the third quarter. It's 22-19 and the Rebels turn it over on offense. Here come the Panthers. Barnes looks to the block, off the glass, and good. Riley Tykert puts it off the glass and good, and it's 24-19, 5-point lead for Cokeville. Stacy dribbling around. Her pass nearly taken away, but now goes to Cornea. Taylor Cornea gives it back to Stacy. Thought about shooting the three, hesitated, then passed to McKee. Back to Stacy at the top of the arc. She's barking out some commands to her teammates. Swings it across to Taylor Cornea for a long two. That's good! 24-21, 3-point game here in the third quarter. Whistle blows as Stacy got on a play and onto the Cokeville bench. Poking the ball out, and first basket of the second half for the Rebels goes to Taylor Cornea. She's got 4 points today. Barnes drives in, puts a shot up off the rim, no good. Rebound, and it was last touched by Rich as that ball escaped play. Barnes to inbound it, and with a heads-up play by Barnes. Goes off the back of Taylor Cornea, picked up the ball and used the glass to knock it home. 26-21 Rebels, Panthers. Rich working on offense. Stacy dribbles her way through the paint, chucks up a shot, that's no good, and it's rebounded by Cokeville. Dayton, cross-court pass to Barnes, who went up with it and draws a foul. So Emmy Barnes, who just had a highlight play a moment ago, now takes a trip to the free throw line. 2 free throws coming up for the junior. She knocks down the first one to add to her team's lead. It's 27-21 on the Station on Main scoreboard in favor of the Panthers. Second free throw up and rolls in. 28-21. 7-point game. Stacy on the far wing. Looks up top to Tingy. Back to Stacy. Stacy stays staying put. Now dribbles towards the top of the arc. She's replaced by Cornea, who gives it right back to her on a quick pass. McKee passes to Stacy on the wing for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, who's got it? Loose ball, and Taylor Cornea causing the issue. And forces a Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. Possession stays with Cokeville as they dribble across half court. Riley Tykert passes to Dayton. They go up top to Barnes. Inside, Tykert off the glass and good. Panthers off to a strong start in this second half. They have a 30-21 lead. They're on a 10-2 run with 5.5 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Stacy now dribbling, making her way towards the top of the arc and shooting it over to McKee. McKee goes back to Stacy and back to McKee at the top of the key. She passes to Cornea, who drew a foul. And it's going to be a foul on Tana Tykert. First team foul of the second half for Cokeville. Substitutions being made for both sides. Darlene Peterson checks into the game for Rich. Inbound pass goes to Stacy. Just over 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rebels down 9. Stacy, top of the arc, passes to McKee likewise. Back to Stacy, hesitated, now dribbles in, dribbles off a shin out of play, and it was a Panther leg that deflected the ball out of bounds, so it's going to be Rich basketball. McKee to inbound it for the Rebels. Looking for someone, gets it to Cornea in the nick of time. She goes up top to Stacy. Stacy yet to dribble. Now she does. Moves her way inside the paint. Goes up strong with it. Draws a foul. Shooting foul. 2 free throws coming up for the Rebels. Pair of Bear Lake Realty free throws now from Here come the Panthers. They pick up their pace. Dayton's quick shot off the glass. Free. Technical difficulties. We'll try and 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, four. Okay, I think we're back on track, everyone. Board keeps coming unplugged. That's the issue. Now everyone's hearing my technical analysis. I think we're up and running in the suitcase. So with 2:36 to go, it's the Rebels trailing the Cokeville Panthers, and I think we have our problems at least troubleshooted here. 2.5 remaining in the third quarter. Panthers leading by 10. They have it on offense. Dayton throws it across to Tyker. Her entry pass is denied, and it's picked away by Smith. Rebels crossing half court. Mackenzie Smith dribbling and passing to Lutz. Quick turnover on the offensive side of the offensive foul by Darlene Peterson. And it's going to be Cokeville basketball. Hopefully during this timeout we can fix our technical issues. 2:04 to go in the third quarter. Rebels trailing 36-27.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back, and hopefully you all can hear me well. Let's reset what happened over the last 2 minutes. The Rebels picked up a free throw, and the score now reads 36-27 Panthers on the Station on Main scoreboard with 2:04 to go in our third quarter. And our scoreboard cam is now malfunctioning as well. Nothing wants to work today. We'll try and get that fixed for you guys. And it appears we have fixed it now. We'll get that situated for you in a moment. Okay, so I think we are off and running. And it is a turnover on the offensive side for the Panthers. Let's settle back into things here. Stacy dribbling on offense. getting inside the paint, kicking it out to McKee in the corner. 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Stacy drives into the elbow, picks up her dribble, wants to pass it away, goes to McKee. McKee on the far wing. Backpedaling, picks up a screen from Stacy. Drives in and out of the paint, hand it off to Lutz, who puts up a layup. That's no good, but a quick takeaway by Stacy on the rebound is. So McKenna Stacy cashes in on a turnover, and it's now 36-29. Turnover on offense for Cokeville. Pass was kicked out of bounds, and it's going to be Rebel basketball with 55 seconds to go in the third quarter. Rich trailing 36-29. Inbound pass goes to Stacy. Stacy dribbling across half court. Now passing it over to Lutz. Lutz gives it up top to McKee and back to Stacy on the near wing. Now it's moved to Lamborn, who gives it right back to Stacy. Stacy thought about shooting a three, but foot was on the line, so it would have been a long two. She handed off to McKee, who drove into the paint, and an offensive foul. A charge on Taylor McKee with 32 seconds to go, and it's going to be Cokeville basketball. Panthers with an opportunity to get the last shot in the third quarter and add on to their lead. They have it on the far corner. They move it up top to Tyker. Her pass is deflected, but it goes to Harmon. Harmon draws a foul. Fouls on Ambria Lutz. That is her second foul, and the team's sixth foul of the half. So going forward, it'll be 1-1 on all defensive fouls. Three-point shot from Dayton Falls. 10-point game again, 39-29 Panthers. Rebels pass to McKee for three. That's good with 6 seconds to go. 32-39, 1 second, and Dayton doesn't know the time and gets a shot off way too late from beyond half court. But Taylor McKee with a huge three with only a couple of seconds to go at the end of the third to make it a single-digit game. 39-32 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter of coverage right here on My Local Radio.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome into our fourth quarter here in Randolph. The Rebels trailing 39-32, and they force a turnover on the first defensive possession for Rich. 7:43 to go in our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. McKee with it at the top of the arc. She's dribbling around and now passing it out to Lutz. Lutz drives in, kicks it out to Lamborn, who puts up a shot off the glass. No good, but there's Stacy for the offensive putback. And the Rebels carving into this lead. It's 39-34, 5-point game. It is Cokeville with it on the offensive side of the court. Tykert passes to Dayton, and now it's with Barnes on the far side. She looks inside, Harmon comes away with the loose ball and puts up a good-looking shot, and it falls. So it's 41-34. Rebels. Lutz for three. That's off the iron. Rebounded by Stacy. Passing inside is taken away, and now the Panthers picking up their tempo. They go to Tykert. Cross-court pass to Barnes. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by Lutz. 6.5 to go in the game. Lutz dribbles her way through the paint. Passes out to McKee, who drives in. Nifty layup, can't fall. Whistle blew, and it ball was last touched by a Rebel, so it's Panther basketball. 6:20 remaining in our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Rebels trailing 41-34 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Tykert passing to Dayton. Goes to Barnes on the far wing. Inside to Harmon. Her shot is unable to fall, and now it's going to be rebounded and kicked out to Stacy, who crosses half court. Stacy going to McKee on the far wing. Dribbles her way over and passes to Lutz. Lutz steps back for a three-point shot. No good, off the rim. Offensive rebound by Stacy. She dribbles her way to safety, passes to a wide-open Lutz down low, and she does the rest. 41-36, 5-point game. Working on offense is the Panthers. Their shot's unable to fall. And a jump ball is called. 5:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Rebels down by 5. Inbound pass goes to Stacy. Stacy already in double-digit point range. Driving in, kicking it out to Lamborn, who goes inside the paint. Shot was short. Rebound, though, by Cornea. Gets it out to Stacy, the block. She went up hard with it. And loose ball, and it's going to be a jump ball. Another Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. So it'll stay with Cokeville as they have the possession arrow. Panthers moving along the perimeter on offense. Goes up top to Dayton. Dayton, a cross-court pass to Barnes. Barnes takes an entry pass, and it is poked away, and the Rebels come away with it on the loose ball. Stacy dribbles across half court. Draws a foul, puts up a shot, and basket no good, but she'll shoot a pair of Bear Lake Realty free throws. So McKenna Stacy takes a trip to the charity stripe with 4:40 to go in our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Stacy, as the gym is silenced, knocks down the first free throw. 4-point game, 41-37, Rebels trailing. Second free throw now on the way for Stacy, and that's good. 3-point game, 41-38. Panthers go inside to Harmon. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by Lamborn. Now Rich has a chance to tie the game with a 3-point shot. 4.5 to go in the game. McKee drives in, kicks it out to Lamborn on the near wing. Back to McKee in the corner. McKee uses the screen to dribble momentarily to the right, now back to her left. She bounce passes it to Stacy at the top of the arc. Stacy driving in, looking her way towards the paint, draws a foul. And McKenna Stacy will shoot another pair of free throws, trying to make it a 1-point game. 41-38 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Panthers lead. Here comes the first free throw for McKenna, and that's good. 41-39. 2-point game. And we are in for an exciting finish as this game has closened up. At one point, the Panthers led by 10. Now it is a 2-point lead. And Stacy trying to make it a 1-point lead with this free throw. Indeed, she does. 41-40. Panthers facing a lot more pressure right now as this Rebel defense has picked up its intensity. Reverse layup is off the mark. Loose ball, who's got it? And a jump ball or a foul is called. It's going to be a foul on Cokeville. So all the jockeying and arm fighting for that loose ball results in a foul for Riley Tyker, her third, team's 7th foul. So McKee with a 1-and-1 now and a chance to tie and then potentially take the lead. 3:55 to go in the fourth. First free throw on the way, no good. Rebound, Panthers. Cokeville dribbles across half court. Dayton kicks it out to Tykert on the far corner. She goes up top and back to Dayton. Tykert has it on the near wing, throwing it around the horn to Toomer. Fed inside to Harmon, who draws a foul. Harmon went up with it and took a couple hacks. And 2 free throws coming up for Harley Harmon. Free throws coming as a result of a McKenna Stacy foul, her second, team 7th. First free throw up for Harmon, off the back iron, no good. So we'll keep it at a 1-point game for now with a chance to make it a 2-point game. Emmy Barnes just checked back into the game for Cokeville for Jordan Nate. Second free throw for Harmon, up and good. 42-40. Rebels have it on offense. They go inside to Tingy. Back to Stacy at the top of the key. 3.5 to go. Cornea has it on the near wing. She goes to Stacy for 3 and the lead. Yes! Rebels retake the lead. 43-42 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And Cornea with some hot hands deflects a pass out of play as Cokeville was working on offense. Rebels went into the half trailing by 7. Went into the fourth quarter trailing by 7. Here's Dayton for 3. That shot's no good. Rebound by Tyker. Her pass is taken away. A Rich County government steal by McKenna Stacy. And the Rebels with an opportunity for the first time in quite some time to add on to their lead. Lamborn works along the baseline, makes her way towards the basket, draws a foul, and more free throws coming up for the Rebels. Another trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. It's Brittany Lamborn's turn now. 4th foul for Riley Tykert, one of the 5 starters for Cokeville. Team's 8th. Free throw up and no good. It was a shooting foul, so we'll have a second free throw for Lamborn. 43-42, 2:49 to go in the fourth. Rebels ahead. Lamborn, second free throw on the way. No good as well. 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And now the Panthers trying to retake the lead. They move it to the top of the arc with Harmon. She wants to get rid of it. She goes to Tyker. Inside to Tyker. Her shot was no good. And a foul is drawn by Emmy Barnes. So Barnes with 2 free throws now after a shooting foul. 3rd foul, McKenna Stacy. She's picked up 2 in this fourth quarter, and that's something she's got to be careful of now. Free throw up and no good from Barnes. And going back to that 3rd foul for Stacy, there's only 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. But with a 1-point game, this game could easily go to overtime. Second free throw, no good as well. So a pair of misses for the 2 sides. Ball went out of play. It was last touched by a Panther, so it'll be Rebel basketball. 2:32 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Coach Cody Lundgren calls time. We'll step aside ourselves. Don't go anywhere. We've got a 1-point game here in Randolph.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Welcome back to Randolph, Utah. We have 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the final quarter of play, with the Rebels holding on to a 1-point lead, 43-42. At one point, they trailed by as many as 10. Now they're ahead. And we just saw a pair of misses from Emmy Barnes. Barnes, coming into tonight, led her team with 45 free throw attempts, so she has a knack to get to the free throw line and had a team-high 28 made free throw shots. Under 2.5, Stacy crosses half court after taking the inbound pass. Goes to McKee immediately. She uses a screen from Tingy, wants to the pick and roll, but it's not there. Whistle blows, and a touchy foul on defense for Tana Teichert. 1-and-1 free throw shooting coming up, and it's going to be Taylor McKee to have the honors. We know how accurate McKee can be from the free throw line. First free throw up and good. 44-42. Rebels leading by 2, trying to make it a 3-point game, and they do with another make. Pair of Bear Lake Realty free throws for Taylor McKee. And an offensive foul on Cokeville turns the ball over. It's Rebel basketball. Rich up by 3. They're going to inbound it on the Panther on their own half of the court. McKee gives it up to Stacy, who now dribbles across midcourt. Stacy trying to pick up a screen from McKee. Instead she dribbles down the baseline, and now it goes back outside to Lamborn. Back to Lamborn on the wing. Goes to McKee after a pass from Stacy. Under 2 minutes to play. McKee flips it on to Stacy. She loses it. Dayton comes away with it. She's on a breakaway, and she puts it home. 1-point game, 45-42. 45-44. McKee dribbling across half court for the Rebels. A little over 90 seconds to go. Stacy has it on the near wing. Attacks inside the paint, kicks it out to McKee. Yet to move, now she dribbles backwards. 1:20 remaining. McKee dribbling in and out of the perimeter. Back out to Stacy on the far wing. Stacy guarded closely, dribbling inside. Her side leads by 1. Goes to McKee on the far wing, now back to Stacy. Stacy harassed defensively. Uses a screen from Tingy, but she hits the floor after some contact. And slowly gets up. Foul is on Tana Teichert. And a timeout is called with 1 minute and 1 second to go. It's the Rebels leading 45-44 over the visiting Cokeville Panthers.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
.101 to go in the fourth. It's 45-41. First free throw up and good for Stacy. Second free throw, no good. 2-point game. Under a minute to go. Panthers offense working along the baseline. Whistle blows. Foul on Rich. 2 free throws coming up. (46-44) with 52 seconds, and Emmy Barnes has a chance to redeem herself from 2 prior misses to tie the game. First free throw up and no good. 3 straight misses for Barnes. 2-point game still. Second free throw from Barnes, up, and that does fall. 1-point game, 46-45. Under 50 seconds to play. Stacy crosses half court. Faced a lot of pressure, and Coach Lundgren calls time to bail out his senior guard. We'll keep it right here. With 44 seconds to go, it's a 1-point game, 46-45. And let's go back to our Bear Lake Realty fan cam while we have a moment. So we'll check out some of the great Rebel fans that come out here. Good showing from the student section. A doubleheader, by the way. So after the conclusion of this game, don't go anywhere. We'll have a brief post-game show, and then we'll hop right into our pregame coverage of the boys matchup against Cokeville. So a lot going on here in Randolph tonight, but for now, it's our BearLakeRealty.com fan camp. Give Bear Lake Realty a call at 435-946-8888. Gary and Amber McKee can surely do the job for you to find yourselves a nice home in Bear Lake. All right, folks, we've got 44 seconds to go. A close finish. 1-point game. Let me update my Station on Main scoreboard for everyone watching. And Lamborn's pass is nearly taken away, but Stacy comes up with it somehow. And she is fouled with 39 seconds. Foul is on number 21, Kellyanne Toomer. And it's double bonus, so 2 free throws. Chance to make it a 3-point game. First free throw up and falls. Gets a little help from the rim and backboard. 47-45, 2-point game. Second free throw now for Stacy. In the air. That's good. 3-point game, 48-45 with 38 seconds to go in the fourth. Panthers go inside quickly. Put up a quick shot, no good. Rebound Cornea, and she is fouled. With 30 seconds to go, J.C. Cornea will go to the free throw line and has a chance to potentially ice this game. A 5-point lead with 30 seconds is surely not over, but that's a good spot to be in. It's double bonus territory, so still 2 free throws. A heck of a lot of fourth court points as Cornea knocks down the first free throw. 49-45, I was just saying for McKenna Stacy. Second free throw now up on the way from Cornea, and that's good as well. 50-45. 30 seconds and counting. They need a 3-point shot or a quick 2. Dayton for 3. That's no good. Rebound, McKenna. Stacy looks to get rid of it. Up court, 3 Rebels wide open. It's McKee knocking it down. 52-45, 7-point game, 7 seconds, and the Rebels are going to snap a 4-game losing streak. 3 seconds. Harmon at the buzzer, no good. And the Rebels erase a 10-point deficit to come back and win. 52-45, your final. Rich Rebels win. What a great game here in Randolph. We'll have a brief post-game show, and then we'll get into the pregame coverage of the men's matchup between Rich and Cokeville. Don't go anywhere. More Rebel basketball coming up right after this.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Yes, okay. We were dealing with some power issues here at Rich High. We're sorry for that, and that's kind of the cause of this. So let's restart this really quickly. We apologize for that dead air. Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. At the end of the first quarter, we were even at 16. Cokeville scored the first point. Rebels would end up scoring the last point. Only 7 total points were scored in the second quarter, which set up a 20-19 lead for the Panthers at the half. Then, after 3 quarters of play, Cokeville leading 39-32 over Rich. At one point, they led by 10. The Rebels would storm back in the fourth quarter and retake the lead 46-45. And after that, the Panthers would be scoreless for the next 3 minutes, and the Rebels won 52-45. That is our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Visit them at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Then our Dr. McKay Franken Precision Play of the Game. It's got to go to Taylor Cornea. She forced a number of turnovers with some great Rich County government steals back in that first half of action. Nearly 3 or 4 turnovers. So she gets our Dr. McKay Franken Precision Play of the Game. Visit them in Evanston. Reasonable family dental rates. Now for the second half of our post-game show as we go through this quickly. Auto Farm shot and play of the game. Shot of the game, we're going to give it to beg your pardon, JC Cornea. 2 clutch free throws to ice the game at the end of the fourth quarter. That is our Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealership, shot of the game. And now for our play of the game, a great 3-point shot in the fourth quarter from McKenna Stacy is our play of the game. And time for our LSR game adjustment refrigerated. LSR refrigerated game adjustment. The Rebels shot 13% from 3-point range in the first half. In the final, at the end of the game, they shot 29%, went 4 for 14 from deep. And that is our LSR refrigerated game adjustment. as I just did a tongue twister trying to get through this one. With 5 minutes to go until the beginning of the boys matchup. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we return, we'll have a brief pregame coverage of that one. Don't go anywhere, but the final for the girls matchup, 52-45 Rebels over the Panthers. Okay, we were dealing with more technical issues. I think we have it all sorted out. If you have any wood near you, please knock on it for us. I'm going to rewind. First, we'll do our Town of Laketown Ledger before our J-Bar excavation scene set here in our Gary Tusha pregame show. Rebels and Panthers separated by 33 miles. Despite that, only one matchup in school history. Rebels lost that one 64-53 a year ago at Cokeville. Now time for our J-Bar excavation scene set. Rebels 5-4, went 2-1 last weekend. Offensively, 57 points per game at home. Defensively, 50 points per game at home allowed. Cokeville now, the Panthers 3-3 on the season, went 8-14 last season. They have been out-rebounded in every game this season, and they are entering their 7th contest compared to the Rebels, who enter their 10th. Okay, that is our J-Bar excavation scene set. Unfortunately, we do not have time for our Western Ag Credit Standout student. We had that earlier, though, in the girls' matchup. You can find that on demand at My Local Radio. A great interview if you want to go listen to that. As for our coaches show, it's brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. Unfortunately, we won't have time to hear from head coach Lex Cornea, as we've got a little over a minute to go until the start of this one. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we return, we'll have our starters and the Old Chicago pregame slice, so don't go anywhere. We're hustling around here in Randolph, but it's about time for the boys matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
And we're getting the starting lineups right now for the Panthers. I'll give those to you in a moment. But first, let's get our starting lineups for the Rich Rebels. It is Connor Greer, senior, starting for Rich as usual. Then it's Truman Huffner, another senior, starting his 10th game as well. Here is Riley Taylor, 3 seniors in a row. And now Logan Muirbrook makes it 4 seniors in a row. And surprise, surprise, it's 5 seniors in a row. So that's the starting 5 for both sides. It's Tyler Moyes, Nate Barnes, Drayson Dayton, Ethan Bird, and Nick Weaver for the visiting Panthers. And for your Rich Rebels, number 2, Connor Greer. Number 3, Truman Huffner. Number 15, Riley Taylor. Number 23, Logan Muirbrook. And number 40, John Scott, all of them seniors. Folks, I heavily apologize for all the technical issues we've been having here. We believe we have figured out the culprit and we have solved the problem, so that is somewhat relieving. But we are ready for basketball here in Rich County. We'll have our Old Chicago pregame slice in just a moment, but we are ready to go now. Tip-off is 1, back by the Rebels. We get our scoreboard clock here, and we'll reset our station on main scoreboard. First shot, no good for the Rebels to begin the first quarter. And now here come the Panthers the other way, picking up some speed and tempo. They get their own miss. They kicking out to a cutting Nate Barnes. He misses that, and we're scoreless after 30 seconds. And now Rich trying to pick up a basket to start their first quarter. Greer drives in along the baseline. His shot no good. And whistle blows. It's Cokeville basketball. I'm trying to get myself situated here. Panthers will inbound it beneath their own basket. No, it's Rebels to inbound it. They go to Connor Greer. Greer puts up a quick shot. That's Huffner, actually, excuse me. And now here come the Panthers. All right, I'm all settled in. 7:08 to go. Still scoreless here in the first quarter between the Rebels and the Panthers. Cokeville has at the top of the arc. They have a three-point shot put up and off the mark by Trayson Dayton. Offensive rebound by Cokeville. Whistle blows. The Rebels are coached by Lex Cornea, while the Panthers are coached by Todd Dayton, the winningest football coach in all of Wyoming, I believe. He has a legacy there in Cokeville. Scoreless after 1 minute and 4 seconds, but now it's Nate Barnes, the senior, put up a free throw. That goes in and out off the glass, but still scoreless on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here in our first quarter. Second free throw up and no good as well. Offensive rebound, though. That's no good on the putback. Rebounded by Taylor. Here come the Rebels. Huffner manning the point guard spot. Going across half court. Going inside the perimeter for a moment, then handing it off to Greer on the far wing. He dribbles along the baseline. Attacks it. Reverse layup falls. First score goes to the Rebels. They lead 2-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard thanks to Connor Greer. Tyler Moyes passing over to Barnes on the far wing. Barnes goes up top to Weaver. Now it's moved back to Moyes on the near wing. He's guarded by Scott. Gets shoot across to Dayton. In the corner now with it is Weaver. He goes up top to Barnes. Barnes inside the paint, trying a awkward looking pass, but it gets kicked up top for a three-point shot that's off the mark by Dayton. Rebounded by Meerbrook. And the ball eventually goes to the waiting hands of Greer. 5:53 to go in the first quarter. Rebels lead 2-0. Greer looks inside to Meerbrook. Great pass and a better finish by the senior. 4-0 Rebels. Logan Meerbrook gets on the stat sheet. Here comes the Rebels. Here comes the Panthers. Moyes puts up a quick shot, and that floater falls in the face of his defender. 4-2. Rebels leading by 2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Greer crosses half court with a little over 5:15 remaining in the first quarter. Scott now touches the ball for the first time today. Greer dribbles inside the perimeter, kicks out to Huffner for 3. In and out. Offensive rebound by Taylor. They call it travel or foul? Foul is assessed. It's on Nick Weaver. Team's first, his personal first. Good offensive rebound by Taylor, and that's something I talked about, that Cokeville has been out-rebounded in every game this season. Inbound pass goes to Meerbrook for 3. Bingo! 7-2 Rebels after a Logan Meerbrook 3. On the other end of the court, the Panthers turn it over. Ball gets out of play. It's Rebel basketball. A little under 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Rebels lead by 5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Huffner inbounds it to Greer. He crosses half court. Now goes to Huffner on the far wing. Back up top to Taylor. Feeds it inside to Meerbrook, who draws a foul. Logan Meerbrook already with 5 points through just about 3.5 minutes, and he is doing a lot of damage to this Cokeville team. Foul is on Nate Barnes, his first. One of the team's best players. You got to keep an eye on him. Inbound pass goes to Taylor. Had a shot denied, but it fell right to John Scott, who put it home. 9-2 Rebels. And the Panthers trying to move too quickly. Here come the Rebels after the turnover. Taylor went up strong with it, left it short, and Coach Dayton calls time. His side will talk things over with 4:25 to go in the first quarter. Rebels have a 9-2 lead on the Station on Main scoreboard over the Cokeville Panthers.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back here to Rich High. The Rebels lead the Cokeville Panthers 9-2 with a little under 4.5 remaining in the opening quarter. Panthers move the ball down the court on offense. It's with Barnes on the wing. He goes up top to Moyes. They circulate around, and pass goes right to Truman Huffner, not a Panther in sight. Off the hands of Dayton. And now Huffner with it. Goes to Scott on the far wing. Scott yet to dribble. Now he passes up top to Meerbrook, who looks inside to Taylor. Off the glass. Good. Good pass, better finish. 11-2 start for the Rebels over the Panthers. Riley Taylor picks up his first basket. Barnes works along the baseline, puts up a little nifty floater that falls, and it's 11-4. Here's Greer with it at the top of the arc for the Rebels. He passes to Scott. Scott on the far wing, goes to Taylor at the top of the arc. Now he drives into the paint, puts his shoulder down off the glass and good. 13-4. Two quick baskets for Riley Taylor. Rebels have a big lead. As Barnes tries to respond to the three, it's rebounded by Taylor with 3:13 to go. Pass goes to Huffner now on the other end of the court. Huffner beneath the baskets. What a great layup by Truman Huffner. Wow. He was stuck between the baseline and underneath the basket and just stuck his hand up and effortlessly put it home. That's got to be one of our shot of the games. 15-4 Rebels. Panthers on offense, going along the baseline, putting up a quick layup of their own. No good from Dayton. They've got Scott wide open on the other court, who puts it in for the Rebels. Looks back to Huffner, who saw the open man. And the Rebels are all over Cokeville. It's 17-4 with a little under 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Cokeville shot off the rim, rebounded by Meerbrook. Pass goes to Greer. He passes now to Scott. Scott on the far wing, kicks it back to Greer. Greer driving in, handing it off to Scott, who looks inside to Meerbrook, draws a foul. Logan Meerbrook draws a foul before the shooting foul? No, before the shot, so it's going to be an inbound play now. Our inbound plays, as always, are brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company, thanks to Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. So Connor Greer to inbound it. Jaden Grohl just checked into the game for Rich. Grohl with it now on the far wing, goes to Greer in the corner. Greer dribbling along the baseline. Overhead pass cross court to Meerbrook, who lost it momentarily but regains possession. Pass to Huffner at the top of the arc. Huffner dribbling to his left. Truman, now the chest pass to Greer. Greer dribbles beneath the basket, layup no good. Meerbrook there for a rebound, draws a foul on the putback. He'll shoot two. Rebels are just annihilating Cokeville on the glass right now. 17-4 Rich. 1:42 to go in the first quarter. And Logan Meerbrook, who's got 5 points already in this first quarter, looking for his sixth. And he gets it there with a made layup. A Bear Lake Realty free throw, 18-4. Second free throw on the way, and good. 19-4 Rebels. Riley Carrillo now checks in for Logan Meerbrook, who is greeted by all sorts of high fives and fist bumps from his bench. Here are the Panthers. It's Dayton. Inbound entry pass, and it's kicked back out, and Cokeville moves along the perimeter. They've got it on the far side with Hunter Thomas. He goes to Dayton, and he passes to Bird at the top of the arc. Bird's pass goes nowhere. Out of play. Rebel ball with a little under 90 seconds to go in the first. John Scott checks back into the game for Connor Greer, and we're seeing a lot of bench activity for head coach Lex Cornea. We usually don't see Greer or Scott exit the game in the first quarter, but both of them getting an early breather now. Scott inbounds it to Huffner, gives it right back to him. Now it's with Gruhl on the far wing. He wanted to get to Carrillo, but had his pass taken away, and the Panthers come up with it. They dribble up the court. Moyes with it. Attacks the baseline and draws a foul. With 1:11 to go in the first quarter, it's the Rebels handling the Panthers 19-4, and 2 free throws coming up now for Cokeville. The girls just wrapped up an exciting matchup against Cokeville as well, coming out victorious by 7. Free throw on the way from Tyler Moyes. That's no good. Off the back rim. Nate Barnes coming back in for Cokeville, taking out Ethan Bird. Foul was on Jaden Grohl, by the way. That's his first, team second. Moyes' second free throw up and good. 19-5. 14-point lead for Rich on the Station on Main scoreboard with a little over a minute to go. Grohl takes a pass from Huffner. Goes to Carrillo on the baseline. His jump shot's no good, and it's rebounded by Cokeville. Here's Moyes, guarded closely by Grohl. Moyes goes in and out of the paint for a moment and passes it across to Thomas in the far wing. Thomas, whistle blows, and it looks like it's going to be a foul on Rich. Some hand fighting going on down low. Foul is on Riley Taylor. That's his first, team's third, with 48 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Inbound pass goes to Barnes in the corner. He looks up top to Moyes. They have a wide open Dayton for 3. That's off the rim. Ball gets out of play, and it's Rich basketball. 19-5 Rebels. 40 seconds to go in the first. And a couple whistles here as some substitutions are being made. Nick Weaver coming in for Trayson Dayton. Rebels inbounded to Huffner, now pass to Scott. They go to Taylor at the top of the arc, who leaves it for a trailing Huffner. 30 seconds remaining. Huffner, in a bit of a jam, looks to Grohl on the near wing. Grohl loses it, fights for the loose ball, and whistle blows as those two getting a little physical. And I think it's going to be a foul on Jaden Grohl. Indeed it is. That's his second foul, and that is the team's fourth with 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Rebels leading by 14. Moyes bringing the ball up for Cokeville. Crossing half court with it. Looks in the corner. Got a man there, Thomas. Now he goes to Barnes, 10 seconds. Barnes at the top of the key. Wants to get rid of it because he has to. Picked up his dribble. 3 seconds. They look down low to Weaver, and a good alley-oop off the glass. And a bright note for the Panthers to end on, but they're still down comfortably. It's 19-7 Rebels. After 8 minutes of play here in Rich County, we'll get ready for our Stacy's Repair second quarter right after this.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Second quarter of action now. Here as we update our Station on Main scoreboard. After 8 minutes of play, the Rebels led the Panthers 19-7. As we move into the Stacey's Repair second quarter, whenever you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacey's Repair in Woodruff. Panthers start the second quarter with the ball. It's Barnes with it. Looks up top to Moyles. Moyles, he goes to Weaver. Back to Moyles, and the three players now playing a game of chicken as it goes to Barnes at the elbow. His shot is off the rim, and it's rebounded by Greer. Greer looks to Hayden Meek, who just checked into the game for the first time. Cross-court pass to Scott. Down low to Meerbrook. Greer now for three. Splash! Connor Greer starts things off with a three-point shot. 22-7 Rebels to open up the second quarter. Greer had 2 points in the first and picks up 3 early in the second. Here come the Panthers. They have it on offense. Look down low to Barnes. Barnes had his shot blocked by Carrillo, but a whistle blows and a foul on the junior. 2 free throws coming up. And it's going to be a foul on Logan Meerbrook, actually. Check that. His second foul. And I have a feeling Coach Cornea may not want him to playing with 2 fouls this early on. But his side has a 22-7 lead as Barnes misses the first free throw. 7-11. Who doesn't love 7-11? To go in the second quarter on our Station on Main scoreboard. Second free throw from Barnes, up and good. 22-8. Rebels darted out to a strong start this game. They got all the way out to a 11-2 lead. Scott inbounds it to Meek. Meek now wants to get it back to Scott, so he does, just shy of half court. Pass goes to Greer, flung over to Huffner for 3, off the rim, rebounded by Dayton. Here's Trayson Dayton going in the corner to Jack Dayton. Now it's Barnes, cross-court pass to Weaver for 3, short. Offensive rebound, though, for the Panthers. Second chance is no good. Ball gets out of play, last touch by a Cokeville player, and it's Rebel ball with 6:44 to go in the first half. Rich leads 22-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Greer goes over to, now it's with Scott after some quick passes before half court, and the Rebels get it across. Huffner pulls up for a good-looking jump shot and knocks it down. 24-8. And on the other end of the court, it was Cokeville turning it over. Pass got out of play. It's Rebel basketball with 6:22 to go in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Rich leads 24-8 over the Cokeville Panthers. Rebels moving it back and forth, and now they get it across. Carrillo has it along the baseline in the corner. He goes to Greer, who looks to Huffner at the elbow. Back to Greer. Connor Greer drives in off the glass. What a great layup. And the lead is extended 26-8. 18-point lead for the Rebels. And Coach Todd Dayton calls time. 5:58 to go in the second quarter. Rebels lead it 26-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacey's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacey's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacey's Repair, the ones who truly care.
(26-8) Rebels with 5:58 to go in the first half. They are all over the visiting Panthers of Cokeville. Dayton gets the ball across half court, passes to Moyes on the near side. Moyes guarded by Meek, picks up a screen, moves inside the perimeter, then passes it outside. On the far side, it's Jack Dayton with it. Goes up top to Nate Barnes. Barnes kicks it out as he drove in. Whistle blew, and it's a foul on Rich. It is going to be on the floor, so no free throws coming up. Foul for the Rebels is on Truman Huffner, his first, team 6. Inbound pass goes to Barnes. Barnes works down low, whistle blows, and a travel. Dragged his feet as he picked up his dribble. Guarded by Huffner, turnover. Rich basketball. They get it into Meek and pass up to cutting Scott, who leaves it for Huffner at the block, and some great passing and a good finish from Huffner. 20-point game, it's 28-8. On the other end, it was a foul by Rich, and now we are in the bonus, but a shooting foul though, so it's 2 free throws coming up for Trayson Dayton with 5:23 to go in our first half. First free throw up and no good from Dayton, and I can't wait to see the numbers for what Cokeville has done at the free throw line so far. 2 of 9 so far, not pretty at all. Second free throw on the way, no good as well, make it 2 of 10. But a second chance opportunity couldn't fall, and it's rebounded by Hunter Pace. His pass is picked off though. Here come the Panthers. Dayton off the glass and good. 28-11. 3 quick points. 28-10, I beg your pardon. On the other end, it's Greer taking a good pass, but shot was short to meet the basket, and now Barnes has it. Trailing by 18, under 5 minutes to play in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Barnes with it at the free throw line. Pulls up, guarded by Carrillo, 2 deep off the back iron, rebounded by Huffner. Cross-court pass to Meek. Meek leaves it for Greer. For 3, yes! Connor Greer buries another 3. It's 31-10. The lead continues to grow for the Rebels, the largest it's been. Jack Dayton put up a 3 for Cokeville. Loose ball rebounded by Pace. He gets it out to Greer. Connor Greer driving in, layup no good. And now here come the Panthers the other way. It's Dayton driving in, that's Moyes actually. His floater is off the rim and it's rebounded by Carrillo. He handed it off to Huffner. 4 minutes to play. Huffner passes to Pace. Haven't seen Hunter Pace in a varsity matchup in a couple of games now. We saw him a lot earlier this season. Here's Hayden Meek with it. Passing it off to Greer on the near wing. Goes back to Meek in the corner and back to Greer. Inside to Huffner, leaves it for Carrillo. Textbook passing by the Rebels. Riley Carrillo was all alone on the block, and it's 33-10 Rebels, just demolishing the Cokeville Panthers with 3:38 to go in the second quarter. Timeout is called. We'll step aside, and we'll be right back with more Rebel and Panther basketball right after this.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
To 10, Rich with 3:38 to go in the first half. Riley Carrillo just got a couple of great was on the receiving end, some great passes, and finished the play with an easy bucket right beneath the hoop. And it's Rich all over the Panthers. They lead by 23. And it's going to be Cokeville basketball to restart this one. Moyes is going to inbound it, and he gets it out to Trayson Dayton. Dayton dribbling his way up the court, bounce pass to Barnes on the far side. Barnes moves to his left. Now he goes up top to Tanner Brown. Rebels force a turnover. Meerbrook comes up with it, though. And here's Connor Greer going up top to Pace. Hunter Pace picks up his dribble at the baseline, kicks it out to Taylor at the three-point line, who drives in now. His layup is good off the glass. 35-10. Rebels leading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Long shot from Barnes is off the target. It's rebounded by Greer with under 3 minutes to go. He passes to Pace. Hunter Pace goes to the free throw line where it's Taylor waiting for it. Now it's Grohl on the near wing, flinging it back to Greer and back to Grohl. Grohl looks up top to Meerbrook. Across now to Greer, who drives along the baseline. Whistle blows, stepped out of bounds. Cokeville basketball with 2:36 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rebels have a 35-10 advantage on the Station on Main scoreboard. Dayton to inbound it. He goes to Tyler Moyes, a senior. Moyes passing it back to Dayton outside the perimeter. Here's Dayton with a hard hesitation and big dribble, but picked up his dribble. And a foul is called on Rich. And it's on Jaden Grohl. That's his third, team's 8th. So John Scott's going to come back into the game for Connor Greer. Free throws coming up now, though, for Dayton in a 1-and-1. Greer takes a seat. First free throw up and no good. Rebounded by Meerbrook. He passes to Grohl, who looks up top to Pace. Pace at the block, picked up his dribble, decides to shoot, and a good decision as he knocks that shot down. 37-10. Rebels leading the Panthers. Three-point shot from Dayton is off the rim. Rebound goes to Barnes on the glass, but dribbles the ball out of bounds, so it's Rich basketball with exactly 2 minutes to go in the first half. Scott inbounds it and gets the inbound pass right back to him from Taylor. John Scott trying to get across half court, and now he does. Sliding a little bit, but forced towards the midcourt line. Bounce pass to Pace to get some breathing room. He goes to Grohl, who wanted to feed it inside to Taylor. Two not on the same page. Ball gets out of play. It's Cokeville basketball. Here come the Panthers. Cokeville has it on the near wing with Nick Weaver. He drives into the paint and kicks it back up top to Moyes. Panthers looks inside, shot no good, off the mark by Bird. Rebound Rich. Here's Meerbrook on a 1-on-3 charge. Shot fell, but he's assessed with the charge, so it's Cokeville basketball. 9th team foul for Rich. It's Meerbrook's 3rd, so he'll check out immediately. Replacing Logan Meerbrook is Riley Carrillo. 1:37 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rebel offense in a groove, and the defense is crippling Cokeville. 37-10. Panthers have it on the near side. It's Bird driving in. Good shot. It falls. Nice layup from the senior Nick Weaver. 37-12. Rebels turn it over on offense, and here's Barnes handing it off for Weaver, who draws a foul. He'll shoot 2. So Cokeville had been stuck at 10 points for quite some time. Rich was at one point the score was 28-10, and the Rebels went on a 9-0 run before Cokeville picked up any points. First free throw up and off the mark from Weaver. So score stays at 37-12 with 1:12 to go in the first half. Here is senior Weaver's second free throw, which falls, and it's 37-13. Inbound pass from Scott goes to Grohl. He gets it right back to Scott. Scott gets across half court. Facing a lot of defense. Picks up his dribble beyond the perimeter. Passes to Pace on the near wing. Hunter Pace guarded closely. Moves the ball up top to Carrillo and now shoots it across to Scott on the far wing, who attacks the baseline. Layup's good. 39-13 after the John Scott basket. His first points of the second quarter. At the other end, it's Moyes putting up a shot that's short, rebounded by Scott with 35 seconds to go in the half. Scott crossing half court. Picks up his dribble, wants to get rid of it, hands it off to Pace. 27 seconds. Here's Grohl. And he hands it off to Scott on the near side, who draws a foul. 22.8 seconds to go in the second quarter. Rebels leading 39-13. Foul is on Nick Weaver, his second, team's fifth. So no free throw shooting for Rich. Grohl to inbound it. Gets to Scott in the near corner. Wanted to go to Taylor, had his pass taken away. 18 seconds and counting. Cokeville looks down low to Barnes. His shot falls. 39-15. 8 seconds. Inbound pass goes to Pace. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. Rich has yet to get the ball across half court. No, they do, but over and back is called. With 3.8 seconds, it will be the Panthers who will likely get the last shot. They'll inbound it at the half-court line with a little under 4 seconds to go. Moyes inbounds it to Weaver. Weaver, 1 second, long three-point shot. The buzzer gets stuck between the glass and the rim, which is actually a jump ball, but with no time remaining, that's going to wrap up the first half of action. So after 16 minutes of basketball in Randolph, it's the Rich Rebel boys team leading the Cokeville Panthers 39-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll step aside and I invite you to stick around for our Crawford Trough halftime show, the place to eat and drink. Winter hours are Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 7, and then we will have our Town of Randolph first half highlights. So don't go anywhere. We've got more Rebel basketball coverage coming your way right here on mylocalradio.com.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care. History from the gangsters of the past like Babyface Nelson, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Bonnie and Clyde are at the Legal Tender restaurant located inside the Best Western Dunmar Inn. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the motel. During his FBI career, Dub worked with many other famous agents like Elliot Ness and Sam Calley to take the criminals down. From the names on the menu to the nostalgia on the walls, notorious figures from the 1920s are all around. Come and enjoy a delicious meal surrounded by history today at the Legal Tender restaurant, 1601 Harrison Drive, Evanston.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Lead for the Rebels at the end of the first half over the Cokeville Panthers. Welcome into our Crawford Trough halftime show. It's the place to eat and drink in all of Rich County. All right, folks, we got some first half highlights coming your way, but first, let's go over some of those stat lines from the first half. The Rebels had 7 different players record a point in the first half. I think that's a team high for any half to have 7 different scores Leading the way with 10 points was senior Connor Greer, and right behind him was Truman Huffner and John Scott with 6 points each as well. Actually, check that. We had Logan Meerbrook behind Connor Greer with 7 points, and then it's Huffner, John Scott, and Riley Taylor with 6 points. Riley Carrillo and Hunter Pace chiming in for 2 off the bench each. And that's some of our first half stats right there. 7 different scores for the Rebels. Really speaks to how this offense is clicking today. 39 first half points. I got to check my stats here. I think that's a first half high or half high for any Rebel game so far, as they are on pace for 78 points this game. They got to 79 once, but it took them 3 overtimes. They're on pace to do that in just 4 quarters right now. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we return, we're going to have our Town of Randolph first half highlights and some more stats from the first 16 minutes. Don't go anywhere. More Rebel coverage coming your way here on the Crawford Trough Halftime Show. Rebels lead 39-15.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
One of my favorite parts about halftime at any Rebel home game is hearing music teacher Chris Woods and the band up there in the corner. They do such a great job throughout the entire game. All right, folks, let's check out some of our first half stats. So, the Rebels, are you ready for this? Sit down, because I got a great stat for you. Are shooting 63% from the field. Unbelievable shooting. 74% from inside the arc. And they are 3 of 8 from deep, which is 38%, as if that's a bad number. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. As for Cokeville, they're shooting 25% from the field, 0 for 7 from deep, and worst of all, 3 of 13 from the free throw line. I mean, let's say they go 10 for 13, 7 more points. We're talking about a 39-22 lead. The free throw shooting's not helping, but the Rebels just dominating in every part of the game right now. On the glass, Rich is out-rebounding Cokeville 18-12. However, Cokeville does have 2 more offensive rebounds over the Rebels. Rich being led by Riley Taylor and Logan Meerbrook with 4 rebounds each. As for turnovers, each side has 9, so we'll call it a wash there, but right now the Rebel shooting is just on fire. 63% overall, which is fueling this huge 39-point first half start. All right, folks, we'll step aside. Actually, no, we're not going to step aside. Let's get to our first half highlights. It's brought to you by the Town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and the town clerk, Lena Peer. So, first half highlights, have your pick of the litter. I mean, 39 points, so many to go from. Connor Greer with 10 in the first half. He had some great baskets and had a fantastic layup. So one of those was one of the best shots. And I think we got a birthday celebration for Riley Taylor. So big happy birthday to the senior Riley Taylor as he celebrates a birthday today. Other first half highlights, we had a great basket from Logan Meerbrook, a 3-point shot. He had like 7 points in the span of 90 seconds or something like that. So that's some of our best highlights from the first half. We'll step aside for another quick break, and that's going to do it for our Crawford Trough halftime show. When we return, it's the third quarter of basketball between the Rebels and the Panthers. Rich leads 39-15.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Welcome into the third quarter of Rebel basketball here in Randolph between Rich and Cokeville. Rebels have a 39-15 lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. And as we get into the Epic Recreation third quarter, make your vacation an epic one to remember. All right, it's Truman Huffner with it on the near side for Rich. He goes to the free throw line where Riley Taylor was wide open waiting for it. Now Taylor penetrating inside but loses the ball. Coming up with the rock is Dayton. He goes to Barnes, who cuts in, layup, hits the bottom of the basket, and Rich comes up with it. Greer passing towards the top of the arc for Huffner. Huffner moves to Scott on the near wing. Scott down low to Meerbrook at the block. Off the glass, rolls in and good. 41-15. Rebels score the first point of the third quarter like they did in the first two quarters. On the other end, Dayton, his shot is short, trying to respond, and it's Rebel basketball. 6:50 and counting to go in the third quarters. Rebels lead 41-15. Huffner on the far side, dribbles his way towards the top of the arc, looks inside to Taylor at the elbow. Taylor wanted to hand it off, but had the ball stripped away, and it's Cokeville basketball. They go in the corner, and it's Moyes waiting for it, dribbling along the baseline, dumps it off for a waiting and wide open Tanner Brown, unable to put it in though. Connor Greer has in the corner for Rich, has the ball wrestled away, and a jump ball is called with 6:20 to go in the third quarter. Rebels lead 41-15 over the Panthers. Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball, and here comes, that's a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play, I beg your pardon. Quick basket on the other end for Cokeville, and they pick up their first points of the second half, 41-17. Greer passing to Taylor at the top of the arc. Fumbles with the ball for a moment, and travel is called. Unhappy with it. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rebels leading the Panthers 41-17. They air launch it down to Brown, pulls up for a shot, gets out of play, and it's Rebel basketball, last touch by a Panther. Scott inbounds it now, and it goes to Huffner. Huffner, manning the point guard spot, brings the ball across half court. Picks up his dribble shy of that top of the arc, and now it's Scott. Going back to Meerbrook on the near side, in the corner now to Greer. Oh, here's Huffner with it actually, picking up some speed. So Huffner takes the pass, and now he goes to Greer on the near side. 5.5 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Huffner on the near wing, dribbling in, losing it. Taylor comes up with it. Taylor now goes to Greer on the far wing. Greer back to Taylor, back to Greer. Greer dribbling inside the paint, tried to put up a layup, hits the deck, and a foul is called. 2 free throws coming up for the senior Connor Greer, taking a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line with 5:12 to go in the third quarter. Rebels leading 41-17. First free throw up and good from Greer. Make it 42-17. Second free throw on the way. Does not fall. Offensive rebound. Yes. Taylor's got it. Pass to Scott. What a great hustle by Riley Taylor. Scott dribbling at the top of the arc. Passing it off to Huffner. Huffner goes back to Scott, who draws a foul. Couple early fouls from Cokeville to start the second half. That's the team's second. Foul is on Trayson Dayton, his second as well. Scott inbounds it now to Greer. Greer dribbling to his right and flinging it over to Huffner. Back to Meerbrook at the top of the key. Goes over to Connor Greer for 3. Bingo! 45-17 Rebels after a Connor Greer three-point shot. And the Rebels taking it to the Panthers with 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Dayton has it on the near wing for Cokeville. He puts up a 3 of his own. That's off target, rebounded by Meerbrook. He kicks it out to Huffner. Huffner crossing half court. Goes to Greer on the near side. Inside entry pass to Meerbrook along the block. Layup's good. Great work by Logan Meerbrook down low, and the lead is added onto. It's now a 30-point advantage for Rich. 47-17 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Shot from Cokeville's offline, but an offensive putback attempt draws a foul, and Tanner Brown will shoot 2 free throws now. Rebels comfortably ahead with 3:58 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter, 47-17. At the free throw line now is sophomore Tanner Brown. Knocks down his first free throw, something that Cokeville struggled mightily with in the first half. 47-18. Brown walks back to the free throw line to shoot a second. On the way and falls. 47-19, Rebels lead the Panthers. Huffner dribbling across half court. Goes to Scott on the near wing. Scott tried to a creative pass but went to no one, and the Panthers come up with it. Here's Weaver with it on the near side for the Panthers. He goes up top to Moyes. Moyes goes back to Weaver on the near wing. Weaver handing it off to Barnes. Barnes working on the block, going up strong and unable to finish it. Tries to save his own miss, but the ball is out of play, and it's Rich Rebel basketball. You know, if you're Cokeville here, you're going to look back at this game and go, we had a lot of good looks. It's just not one of those nights. A lot of great looks down low for the Panthers, just not falling. 47-19 Rich in the third quarter. 3:15 and counting. Taylor at the top of the arc. Passes off to Meek, who just checked into the game. Hayden Meek guarded closely. Near center court, now gets rid of it, goes to Scott. Scott on the near wing. Dribbling his way towards the baseline, pulls up for a jump shot, buries it. 49-19, the lead's back to 30 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Panthers have it on offense. It's Barnes on the wing, had his pass taken away. Kick ball is called, so it'll stay with Cokeville with 2:46 to go in the quarter. Jaden Grohl is going to check back into the game for Rich. Logan Meerbrook comes out. Meerbrook has 3 fouls, so I think they're trying to keep him out of that foul territory. Big pass goes back across half court for the Panthers, and Dayton brings it in, runs into a block built by Huffner. Huffner trying to pass to Scott, but it got through the fingertips of Scott, and here come the Panthers the other way. It's Brown dribbling in, 360 layup, no good, but gets his own miss, draws a foul on the way back up. What an athletic play by Tanner Brown. And it's going to result in 2 free throws now for the sophomore. With 2:26 to go, and the foul was on Jaden Grohl. That's his 4th. So Grohl, not one of the 5 starters. I think Coach Corney is content with just letting him ride out, and if a 5th foul comes up, no big deal. Brown's first free throw up and good. That makes 3 in a row for Tanner. 49-20. Rebels ahead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Ethan Bird just checked out for Nate Barnes for the Panthers. Brown, second free throw up and good. 49-21, Rich on the Station on Main scoreboard. Under 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Grohl now passing to Scott at the top of the arc. Scott taking a couple dribbles, moving around, picking up his dribble now and wants to get rid of it. Has to find a friendly face, so he finds Huffner. Huffner goes to the free throw line where Taylor is waiting for it. He kicked out to Meek on the far wing. Back to Scott at the top of the arc. 2 minutes to go now. It's Grohl with it on the near side. Jaden Grohl moving it to the top of the key for Huffner. Huffner lost it, then regained possession. He gives it back to Grohl on the near wing. Jaden Grohl moving it to Meek at the top of the key, who passes to Huffner on the far side. Huffner, quick pass to Taylor at the top of the arc. Riley Taylor driving in, runs into a block, whistle blows though. And a couple free throws coming up for the senior and the birthday man, Riley Taylor. 2 free throws coming for Taylor. Riley Taylor had 6 points at the half and looking for his first points of the second half now. (49-21) Rich with 1:38 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. First free throw off the front iron, no good for Riley. So second free throw now awaits us as Coach Todd Dayton making some substitutions, bringing Ethan Bird back in for Tanner Brown. Second free throw now for Taylor on the way, and that's good. 50-21. Rebels leading the Cokeville Panthers here in Rich County. Panthers will inbound it beneath their own basket. Pass goes to Trayson Dayton. He dribbles across half court and double dribble, and the referees didn't see that. That's just a miss. That's okay though, as Barnes cashes in. And I say that's okay because if you want a missed call to happen, have it happen when you're leading by 29. Now 27. 50-23. Rebels lead. Pace has it on the far wing. He dribbles in, draws a foul. Hunter Pace just checked back in the game for Rich. We saw some of him in the first half. And he'll take a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line now himself. And his Bear Lake Realty. Visit BearLakeRealty.com to find Gary McKee, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in Bear Lake. Pace knocks in the first free throw. 51-23. Pace had a basket in this first half. Now has 3 points. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by Barnes for Cokeville. Panthers dribbling across half court with a little over a minute to go in the third quarter. Barnes has it now after a pass from Moyes. He's inside the perimeter, dribbling his way in and now kicking it back out to Moyes. Ball's moved around to Dayton, guarded by Meek, layup, and one. Foul by Hayden Meek and an underhand, bit of a Hail Mary prayer, but it falls and it's a point. It's a basket for Cokeville and now an opportunity for a three-point play. 51-25, Rebels leading on the Station on Main scoreboard. Make it 51-26. Scott gets across half court. Under a minute to play in the quarter. Scott passing it off to Pace. Here's Pace on the near wing. Yet to dribble. Goes to Scott on the near side as well. inside to Taylor all alone. Misses an easy layup though. Here's Barnes with it. Barnes dribbling his way towards the hoop and knocks down a layup. 51-28. Cokeville putting up some points here late in the third quarter. 21 seconds. Rebels are going to hold for the last shot. Scott dribbling around, avoiding chaos, handing it off to Pace. Pace handing it back off to Scott at center court. 10 seconds now. Scott dribbles inside the perimeter. Goes to Meek. 7 seconds. Inside to Taylor. Back out to Scott. 3 seconds. A three-point shot. No good. Rebound. And that will do it for the third quarter. So after 24 minutes of Rebel basketball, it's Rich leading the Cokeville Panthers 51-28 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll go into our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter right after this.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome into the fourth quarter of basketball here in Rich County. 51-28 lead for the Rebels over the Cokeville Panthers. And the fourth quarter will begin with the Rebels inbounding at a half court. It goes to Taylor. And Cokeville defense forces a turnover. Here come the Panthers the other way. They drive in and one. Hunter Thomas picked up the loose ball on defense and cashes it in for 2 points on offense. And an opportunity to make it a three-point play. 51-30, 21-point lead. Check that, that's Ethan Bird actually, I beg your pardon. But he misses the first free throw, or misses the free throw to make it a three-point play. Here's Huffner the other way with it. Truman Huffner going to Scott on the far wing. Back up top to Meerbrook now. It goes to Huffner on the near wing, and his pass is taken away by Barnes. Barnes passing it up to Dayton. Inside pass to a wide open Bird who puts in a layup. 51-32. Rebels leading by 19. At one point they led by as many as 30. Under 7.5 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Greer driving in, and a blocking foul is called as Greer was making his way towards the hoop. So it's going to be an inbound pass beneath the basket for Rich. Our inbound plays are brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. 7:18 remaining in the fourth quarter. Rebels leading 41-32 over Cokeville on the Station on Main scoreboard. Inbound pass gets circulated around the perimeter, and now it goes to Greer, who goes inside to Meerbrook, off the glass and good. 53-32. First points of the second half for the Rebels. In the fourth quarter, check that. Here's Moyes with it. He passes it up top to Jack Dayton. In the corner now it's Bird. Inside, Moyes, layup, no good. Rebounded by Huffner. Truman Huffner reeling it in and now moving up the court. Sends it out to Greer on the near side and thrown over to Huffner back in the corner. Down low to Meerbrook. Has a shot blocked and Cokeville comes away with it. Moyes picking up some tempo, but a trailing Connor Greer poked that ball out of play. It'll be Cokeville basketball. 6:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Rebels with a 53-32 advantage over the Panthers. Cokeville to inbound it. Trying to find a friendly face, and they find Barnes. He kicks it out. 3-point shot on the way off the back iron. Rebounded by Greer. Greer nearly lost it, but has possession. Passes to Huffner, gives it right back to Greer on top of the key. Dribbles his way towards the corner. Looks to Huffner at the top of the arc. Huffner picks up a screen, dribbles to his left, picks up his dribble, passes to Taylor. He overheads past it inside to Meerbrook, who's harassed, but doesn't bother him. Finishes the play for two. 55-32. Rebels rolling here. On the other end, it's a miss by Cokeville and a rebound by Meerbrook. 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Huffner has it on the far wing. Now it's Meerbrook at the top of the arc. Circulated over to Greer, who drives in. Too easy, but missed the shot. Had a great look, couldn't put it down. Moyes driving in, and Burt going up strong with it. Gets his own miss afterwards and knocks it down. 55-34 Rebels, 5:15 to go in the game. Rich on offense. Scott in the far corner. Passing to the elbow where Taylor was waiting for it, and now it goes down low to Greer. Greer puts up a short shot that is off the rim and rebounded by Barnes. He takes it across half court for Cokeville. Drives in, draws a foul and one. Good play by Barnes, drew the foul and then knocked it in off the glass. It's 55-36 Rebels. And a chance for a three-point play, though, for Cokeville with 4:51 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Rebels have been cruising in this game since the first whistle. Free throw up and no good from Barnes. Rebounded by Bird, though, on the offensive glass. He sends it out wide to Dayton for three. That's off the rim, and it's rebounded by Taylor. Here's Scott now with it for the Rebels. He looks down low to a wide open Meerbrook. He goes up strong, leaves it short. Ball is batted out of play, and it'll stay with Rich. They'll have an inbound play. But first, Coach Cornier wants to call time and talk things over. With 4:33 to go in the fourth quarter, the Rebels leading the Panthers 55-36 in Randolph.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Rebels leading the Cokeville Panthers 55-36 here in Randolph. They have dominated Cokeville since the opening whistle. Scored the first basket of the game and have not trailed or been tied since it was 0-0. It's been all Rich. We've got 4.5 to go in the game here. It's going to be a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play for Rich beneath the Cokeville basket. Greer to man the inbound play. He gets into the corner where Taylor was waiting for it. And Taylor's pass to Huffner was knocked out of play. Good hustle by Nick Weaver, but it'll stay with Rich. Scott now will inbound it for the Rebels on their half of the court. As his pass nearly taken away, and an aggressive Weaver fouls Huffner. That is the team's 6th foul, and Weaver's 3rd. So the Rebels inbound it once again. Scott to inbound it, looking for a Rebel face. He gets it out to Greer. Across half court, Greer flips it over to Scott on the near wing. He dribbles towards half court, loses it momentarily but regains it. And now he needs to get rid of it, and he goes to Greer. He goes to Huffner on the far side. Truman Huffner dribbling to his left on the near wing. Just over 4 minutes to play. Scott passing to Greer on the far wing. Back to Scott inside, off the glass. What a great layup by the senior, John Scott. 57-36. John Scott does so much of everything in this game, in every game. Offensively, defensively, transition. That's his 10th point of the game, his first of the fourth quarter. And a time was called. We'll step aside. The Rebels lead 57-36 with a little under 4 to go. Actually, I don't think that's timeout called. If we did, too late. So we're going to keep it right here. So with 3:55 to go, it's going to be the Rebels with a inbound play. 57-36. Rich, and it's Cokeville basketball, actually. So Tyler Moyes, his offense has run into a tough defense tonight. Moyes brings it across half court for the Panthers. Goes to Barnes. Nate Barnes driving in. Had a good look, just couldn't finish it. Been the story of the night for Cokeville. Pace comes in for Rich alongside some other key bench players. Now Meek has the top of the arc. All 5 starters are out of the game as Nate Woods passes to Carrillo in the high post. So on the court now for Rich is Nate Woods, Riley Carrillo, Hayden Meek, Jaden Grohl, and Hunter Pace with 3.5 to play. Inbound pass goes to Grohl. He hands it off to Pace on the far side. Pace dribbling towards the top of the arc, looks to Woods on the near wing. Woods had the ball poked away but got it back. He goes to Grohl, who passes to Pace on the far side. Pace looks up top to Meek. Meek facing high pressure, and pass gets out of play, and it's Cokeville basketball. 3:10 to go. Rebels leading 57-36 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Inbound pass for Cokeville goes to Moyes. Moyes across half court. Getting inside the perimeter, kicking it out for 3. That's too deep, and it's rebounded by Meek, who passes up top to Carrillo. Carrillo back to Meek, looks inside to a wide open Jaden Grohl, finishes it off. 59-36. Rebels building on their lead over Cokeville. Down low, Moyes tried to pick up a basket for Cokeville in transition. Instead, he draws a foul, and he's going to shoot a free throw, too. Foul was on Nate Woods. The junior just checked into the game a moment ago and got some active hands. I don't think that's ever a bad thing a coach wants to see from his bench players. Getting aggressive as Moyes knocks down the first free throw. 59-37, Rebels leading the Panthers with 2:39 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Second free throw on the way and good as well. 59-38 Rich. Here come the Rebels the other way. Pace picks up his dribble on the far wing. Bounce pass to Carrillo at the free throw line is poked away, but Carrillo wrestles for the ball, and it's good enough for a jump ball. So a jump ball for Rich, and the possession arrow favoring Cokeville. Panthers inbound it to Moyes. He crosses half court. And at the top of the arc, passes to the free throw line for Brown. Brown gives it over to Weaver, driving in, layup no good, rebound Grohl. And he's surrounded by not one, but not two, but 3 Panthers. He draws the foul, and that is the 7th team foul for Cokeville, so a 1-and-1 is coming up. Foul was on Nick Weaver, his 4th. Grohl to shoot a 1-and-1 with 2:18 to go in the game. So the Rebels will be 2 minutes and 18 seconds away from picking up their 6th win of the season, starting the weekend off right. As Grohl misses the first free throw. Defensive rebound by Cokeville. And a pass to Moyes is going to be over and back. Coming in the game now is Justin Adams for Rich, better known as Buckwheat. takes out Riley Carrillo, and Adams will have an inbound pass in front of his own bench. Subs for both teams. Tanner Hatch coming in for the first time today for Tyler Moyes. Hatch, just a sophomore. Adams, a junior. Adams inbounds it to Meek with a little over 2 minutes to go. Woods with it on the near side for Rich. Driving into the paint at the free throw line. Picked up his dribble, gave it out to Pace. Pace at the top of the key, running into some tough defense. Picks up his own dribble himself, and he passes it off to Meek on the far side as well. Hayden Meek with under 2 minutes to go, dribbling towards the top of the arc. And it goes to Pace on the far side. Rebels have it down low with Hunter Pace. Kicks it out to Nate Woods for three. Splash! Nate Woods knocks down a three in front of his own bench. 62-38. Rebels leading on the Station on Main scoreboard with 1:23 to go. Cokeville can't answer with the basket. Rebound Adams. Here is Meek the other way. Sends it down low to Woods in the corner. Thought about shooting the three. Instead, it's Pace for three on the other side. That's off target. Rebounded by Cokeville. 1:04 to go in the fourth. Panthers driving in. Good look and good finish from Ethan Bird. 62-40 Rebels. 22-point lead for Rich with 50 seconds to go. And head coach Lex Cornea, did he call time? I think Coach Cornea just did a very admirable thing. He had his player pass him the ball as he's sitting out of bounds. And it's going to be Cokeville basketball. All of this to make a substitution to bring in two more players with 47 seconds. Very classy move by Coach Cornea. Coming in the game now for Rich is Tyler Stevens, a sophomore, and Trey Walker. Tyler Stevens, a junior, and Walker, a sophomore. Cokeville makes a basket with 33 seconds. 62-42. Rebels deep in their bench right now, leading by 20, under 30 seconds. Stevens has it on the far side. Drives in, kicks it out to Adams at the elbow. Adams moves it up top to Walker. Trey Walker moves it over to Grohl on the near side. 15 seconds. Now it's Adams with it. Back to Grohl. Goes to Walker on the top side. And here is Grohl running out the clock. 3 seconds, and he'll hold on to it. And the Rebels will take down the visiting Cokeville Panthers. 62-42 here in Rich. A great win for the Rebels to start the weekend. They start off with a 1-0 mark on the weekend, improved to 6-4 as Cokeville falls to 3-4. Don't go anywhere. We'll have our post-game coverage now, along with some of our highlights and best moments from the last 4 quarters of Rebel basketball. So keep it right here for all things Rich Rebels when we return. Rebels take down the Panthers 62-42.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Rebels take down the Cokeville Panthers 62-42. Let's get into our Jimmy John's freaky fast recap of this one. So, the Rebels scored the first basket of the game, and they would cruise on from there. Cokeville would never come back or to tie or even take the lead. So at the end of the first quarter, the Rebels led 19-7. Logan Meerbrook went off for 7 points in that first quarter. Then in the second quarter, much of the same. Rebels cruising along. Connor Greer this time going off for 8 points in the second quarter. And the Rebels went into the half leading 39-15. As we started the third quarter, much of the same. All Rich Rebels, a little slower pace as the Rebel offense took the foot off the gas a little bit. But the third quarter concluded with a 51-28 lead for Rich. And in the fourth quarter, it was just running out 8 minutes as both sides knew the result already. And the Rebels went on to win the game 62-42. Checking out some of the stats from that first half, we had some key bench players come off. Rebels with a number of scores. At the end of that first half, they had 7 scores. They finished with 8 total scores. Nate Woods had 3 points. Connor Greer had 14. Truman Huffner had 6. Carrillo had 2. Pace had 3. Taylor had 6. Logan Meerbrook had 15. Jaden Grohl had a basket. And John Scott chimed in with 10 points of his own. Our Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. When you put up 62 points and hold the other team to 42, you're going to have lots of great candidates. But you know what? We're going to give it to Nate Woods. Coming off the bench, just buried a corner 3. What a great moment for the junior Woods. And so that is our Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we return, we're going to go through our Auto Farm shot and play of the game, along with our game adjustment provided to you by Garden City. So don't go anywhere. More post-game coverage coming up as the Rebels knocked off the Panthers at home, 62-42.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Cokeville Panthers 62-42. It's now time for our Auto Farm shot and play of the game. For our shot of the game, when your team puts up 62 points, you got a lot of good candidates, but I'm going to go with, scanning over my paperwork here, Logan Meerbrook. You could pick many of his shots of the game, but he had some great looks. A 3-point shot from the big fella. We don't often see him pull up from deep, but nailed a 3-point shot early in the first half. So Logan Meerbrook with our shot of the game. As for the play of the game, this is a bit of a classy one. With 47 seconds to go, Coach Cornea realized that clock was winding down too quickly, and he wanted to get 2 more bench players in. So he had one of his players passing the ball outside, out of play, just to turn it over, get a whistle, and get 2 more bench guys on the court. So that right there is our play of the game by Coach Cornea. It is a turnover that the Rebels will never look at. How about our Garden City game adjustment where families play? Game adjustment? What adjustment? The Rebels ran away with this game from the get-go. So if you want to talk about an adjustment, you can go from last week. But as from this week, as from today, no adjustment was needed. The Rebels dominated from the first whistle to the last. So, sorry, Garden City, no game adjustment needed today. But you look back at the previous weeks, how about some offensive scoring? 62 points. They shot above 60% from the field in the first half. They would finish shooting 60% from the field in the second half. Defensively, they just squandered Cokeville all over them, held them to 31%. Rich did have 19 turnovers. We're going to call it 18, though, and Cokeville had 10. All right, folks, that's some of our first half, our final game stats. We'll step aside for another quick break, and when we return, we'll look at the calendar and what's going on before we sign off from here in Randolph. Your final, once again, 62-42 Rebels.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back to Randolph as our post-game coverage is going to wrap up. But first, let's check out the calendar. What's coming up for Rich High and Rich Middle School and everything going on in Rich County. So, tomorrow, January 15th, both the boys and girls basketball teams are going to travel a little southeast to Tabiona. The boys will start first at 5:30 with a 5 p.m. Gary Tusha pregame show. And then it's the girls getting going not long after that. The girls will get started at 7 p.m. at the conclusion of the boys' game. Rich High girls wrestling is going to go to Bountiful for a 2 p.m. weigh-in. That's the only time I could find, so the duel will begin after that, I am sure. And as for the next day, Saturday, January 16th, both the boys and girls basketball team back in action again, back in front of their home crowd. Rich High girls basketball will start things off with a 2 p.m. tip-off against ICS, Intermountain Christian School, and then the boys will play afterwards against the Lions for a 3:30 p.m. tip-off. Rich High boys wrestling that day is at Bountiful for a 1 p.m. start, and Rich Middle School basketball is going to go to Evanston for kind of an all-day affair. The buses leave early in the morning, and they're going to come back in the mid-afternoon, so a big day over in the Cowboy State. Well, folks, that's going to do it for us here in Rich County. I'm Matthew Peterson. For my wonderful staff, my camera operator, Rob Leifson, and then for my producer back in the studio who helped me with so many technical difficulties today, Michael Wilkerson, I'm Matthew Peterson once again signing off. Rebels win both games against the Cokeville Panthers.
You've been tuned into Rich High School Rebel Basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ-FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On Inn in Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.